Good evening, everybody. Hope everybody's doing wonderful. It's good to be back. It's been a couple weeks, but a lot happened last session, and yeah, Adrian here is going to relish or not relish. Brain just went.
Well, speaking of brains going, we'll get to that. And you'll relish in it at that point. You're welcome, I say.
Regale you with a recap of
There you
last session. There we go. That's the word I was looking for.
That you, the audience, can relish as he regales you.
Yeah, there you go.
My head hurts. So when we arrived at the Yawning Portal last time, we wind up greeting everybody and we talked to Durnan and basically just try to make it as loud as possible. We're here. We're home. Come find us. And more folks clearly have been coming in to the tavern to go into Undermountain. Like I said, I make us as loud as possible, making ourselves known to basically everybody. And then, there's a group going in, and I stop the last member and kind of make her wet herself just a little bit. Garvin suggested a really, really smart thing for the business. So we're working on talks with Durnan to do like a collaboration thing. Not super important to be dealt with on screen, but it's cool. We head back to the trade district and we buy what used to be the woodworking shop, basically across the street from us, next to the smithy, who the plan is to help them expand. Coco and Garvin go snooping around upstairs. We find something in one of the rooms on the second floor. It turns out to be a trap door going from below the street level, 30 feet. At the bottom, there's a 30-foot tunnel, and then it leads out into the sewers, where we hang out for a while and, looking around. And then there's some bandits in a room, which was weird. So, impulsive as ever, Adrian just fireball. Cool, they all fell over. Cool. And then their heads exploded. And little brain things popped out. Intellect devourers attacked us. Luckily, we managed to kill them and no one died. We signed some paperwork. We all have some dinner. Garvin receives a package. It had a cloak of protection and a wand of the war mage +2, which have been divvied out where they belong. And that's where we are.
So, one of the other things you had found within the room was you had found some dossiers of the group. You had found a note talking about.
I didn't write that.
You had found a note talking about a base of the dock wards.
Oh yeah, we defeat them, but they had files on us. Whoops, I forgot to read that sentence.
Had files on us. Had files.
Right.
Garvin let them get torched.
Burned to them.
I kept the note on the dock wards, but I torched the files on us.
So it seems whoever's goal has been to kind of keep an eye on you and what's been going around the Trollskull Alley itself, as somewhere or another they managed to get into this basically abandoned shop within Trollskull itself.
Yeah.
So you guys,
my thought is they came in from underneath.
Mm-hmm. Or that the grappling hook was somebody else trying to get in, or making it look like that was all there was to the building.
Who knows?
Yeah.
But we did leave, right? We went to see the Genasi.
We went back home.
We purchased the bill. Like we
let them know.
We let them know. We went home,
and that's
partied
where we
the
ended.
night away, and that's where we were.
I would have handed you a copy of the note to send along through contacts before we went to bed, because that wouldn't have just sat for the night without somebody else knowing in case somebody came after us for the knowledge.
Okay.
Okay.
But I would have kept the original. I would have just made a copy, given it to you, and had it sent.
Yeah,
I mean,
we send it out.
Okay.
Murray can fly now. He could actually drop it off.
That's one way to
No.
send it out.
Garvin would have insisted it go through Adrin's channels.
Ah. Well, I guess I take care of that before we wrap up the night at the bar as well, because when I close the bar, my contacts go home. Or wherever the fuck else.
So you managed
But
to get
I
out
think that's all
the
able to be done, right? Like
yeah.
that's-
You get out the
yeah.
you get out your note through your network, and the night starts winding down. Eventually, you kind of shush off the stragglers who are waiting past time, and you get the usual grumbles about how they haven't finished their beer. And eventually, everybody gets out. You guys close the door, lock it up, and head up to your rooms.
We have like monogrammed mugs, don't we? They can take their beer with them. Just purchase one of our memorabilia.
Yeah, I'm just shooing the last one out the door with a broom at his heel. It's fine. Just like,
Gladys did what? Oh, not again. Okay.
So
Uh,
there you are. The bar's empty. You're locked up. And are you guys doing anything for the evening, or are you just going basically straight to bed?
Murray's gonna tend to
Hey.
his spores. That's about it.
that was fucked up. Today was fucked up.
I mean, honestly, if there's those things, there's probably mind flayers controlling the Xanathars and Zents.
Yeah. But on a scale from 1 to a lich, this was like a 6?
I mean, honestly, I think this is worse than a lich. To be
Oh.
honest, a lot worse. I mean, these guys could probably take over the entire like everything. A
Oh,
lot
that's
faster
bad.
than a lich could.
Yikes.
I mean, as far as I know, a lich, it's kind of more difficult to kind of make a whole bunch of people forget that you saw them, but I'm pretty sure mind flayers are pretty good at that shit.
I mean, honestly, part of the city could be working as one giant organized brain for the colony, as far as we know.
Hey, is this something we should talk to?
Okay.
We should talk to Lady Silverhand about. Like, hey, there's probably mind flayers in your
Yes.
city.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Okay. I mean,
We should probably go at least see Vajra.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I can fly as long as nobody sees me or suspects me. I can get there lickety split.
I think we
mean-
should be going anywhere we go together.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, fair, okay.
So, I mean, you don't look like you'll get much of it, but should we get some sleep then?
I think we should let them know tonight.
Okay, back out we go.
I'm sorry.
No, I agree. I'm just tired.
Yeah, he looks visibly tired too. Like he was ready to take a nap, but and he probably hadn't even thought about it until somebody else mentioned it. He was tired.
Mm-hmm. So we're gonna go see Lady Silverhand and Vajra.
Who are you going to first?
Vajra.
Okay.
Okay.
So you guys head down.
I walk in that direction until Garvin pulls us that way.
Okay. So you guys, is everybody going? I think you just said you're all sticking there. Okay.
Sticking together, yeah.
You guys make your way down. Again, the city's quiet. There's not a lot of movement. You do see guards on regular patrols, and they do kind of eye you up, but it does look like you've seen these guards a few times, so they're not like heavily suspicious of you. Eventually, you make your way down to Castle Grey and enter into the main chamber. You see there is an attendant waiting there. Can I help you?
Yes, we need to see Vajra.
It's rather late. Is there,
Adrin, Garvin, Murray, Coco, Sahiri. We're all here. Just tell her that. She'll know.
Let her know it's urgent.
Very. We wouldn't show up this late at night
Otherwise,
if it weren't.
For the record, Coco is still probably covered in blood because we only went back to the tavern and then left directly again. So.
So you say,
If she
And-
gives me a look, I just do
and
this and
Bailey
gesture at
sitting-
Coco.
And
Yes,
then
alright.
basically singed
Oh.
from the fireball.
there's like little brain fragments in your feathers, like blah.
very well. And you see her open up a drawer, pull out a stone, and you see her hold it and close her eyes. And then she puts it back down and closes
We
up.
should ask for a second one of those.
Just remain here. She'll be with you shortly.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
So
We
you take
understand
a-
that we are an inconvenience.
Magical intercoms.
you take a seat. Eventually, you see Vashra Safar come down, still wielding the black staff in her hand as she always does. Oh,
Lady
rather
Blackstaff.
late, what-
Um,
ooh, you don't.
Mind flayers.
Excuse me?
we should go somewhere slightly more private. Daggers at Murray.
Hey man, I'm getting us in a fucking door. I don't have time to fuck around with this shit.
I
Sure,
mean,
we
we're
don't
kind
play.
of friends. She would have just talked to us.
Murray don't play.
And Garvin kind of
Murray
like
also
shrugs
speaking
her,
third
like,
person.
sorry. Like, I think he even's thinking about, man, this does not need to get out in the city. He's also concerned about whether or not the attendant could be part of a hive mind and whether or not now the other side of the intellectual frame of things might know.
So,
So,
sis-
um,
very well. Just follow
yeah.
me up to my chamber, so
Thank you.
we'll be safe there.
Let's go.
So you guys head upstairs, and she leads you into her room, which you've been in before. It's her chamber. She's holding the door for you, and as you guys enter, you see her wave some symbols and make some gestures with her hand. You see a slight glow on the walls of the entire room as she comes behind and closes the door.
Perfect. Now, Murray, if you would like, go ahead. Waterfall of words.
Oh, I did.
Go.
I did my job.
All right, fine. I'll do it as
All
usual.
right, we're
So,
safe.
Lady
So
Blackstaff,
please.
yes. We have mind flayers in the city. Specifically, we killed a few under, well, in the sewers underneath our new building, which, yeah,
Oh, I mean, those weren't mind flayers.
whatever.
I mean, they.
Brain
Illicit
dogs.
was the word. Yes.
Right, there was. I mean, there was a mind flayer before.
Yes. Our first day in the, well, second day in the city.
you've seen a
spent most
mind
of the first week
flare in
growing
the
up.
city already.
Yeah, we told them. Someone.
Garvin just gestures
we-
to you,
we-
like, go ahead.
This was apparently 3 years and some many months ago now. So, we told you, we told someone, not specifically you, we hadn't had the pleasure of meeting yet, but now I'm telling you that we have a bigger problem because now it's not just one.
I mean, all right, it was a bunch of intellect of ours utilized to spy on us in Troll Skull, and they were supposed to meet and take that information here. And I pull out the note. And the last time we saw intellect of ours in the area with the Xanathars was working
Our
with the Xanathars.
first day. Also, hadn't they captured ooh, who had they captured? Our friend. Does anyone know? Can anyone help me?
Gold
Remind me.
something? I mean, Volo and the
Floon?
other guy.
Hang on, I
Floon.
actually know this.
Floon. Sahiri,
Yes.
thank you.
Floon, yeah.
They had Floon last time, didn't they, Garvin? Oh, so that's a connection.
Honestly, what I think happened is I think that over the 3 years we were gone, some mind flayers took control of the Zents and the Xanathar and are now trying to get us out of the city.
Yes, so clearly we are in slightly over our heads as per usual. Garvin is spinning out, and we just wanted to let you know that the whole place is slightly fucked. More than usual.
I mean, they had detailed dossiers on all of us.
Yes,
They
and
want
on the
something-
operations in Troll Skull.
they know what color my underwear is. Do you know how fucking creepy that is?
Okay. Have you taken this to the Open Lord?
No, we're about to. We stopped at you first.
Okay. I recommend you do that.
Uh-huh. Would you like to come with us to do this magical shiny room thing again?
I mean, her room is protected, but of course I will. I mean, if you need a more authoritative figure for that, that we knew something was weird. The quiet of both of the organizations was odd.
It's not just the organizations. The whole fucking city is quiet. There's no birds. There's no nothing. It's quiet. It's the middle of the night. Nothing? Rats, cats, birds.
I mean,
Quiet.
there's a really nice family of leopard toads that is in a wet gutter near my house, and they're kind of quiet.
Yes, but quiet. Decidedly. That's
So
creepy.
these
Bad.
the intellect of ours with that came out of the head of bandits.
Mhm.
They were in the sewers underneath of near your
Newest-
establishment.
Newest. Yes, our newest land purchase.
Okay. We're still gonna take this to the Open Lord, but what I want to do is I'm going to send out some of Forest Grey to investigate the sewers in that area and see what we can find.
I mean, last time I saw an intellect devourer in the sewers was 3 years ago when we were investigating the Zents and everything going on with the dragons and stuff beneath the city that we got back for the Open Lord.
Mm-hmm.
And they had an intellect devourer. I'm pretty sure if unchecked for 3 years, who knows what they could have done to the Zents and Xanathar.
They are working together now, so, maybe this is why.
While we're investigating that, I do have a task I'd ask of you.
Okay.
Follow your
Hit me
lead
with
follow your lead that you found in regards to the dock ward.
Okay. We were planning on doing that anyway. Glad we're officially sanctioned.
Very well. All right, let's go.
I mean, if something happens, at least you know where we'll be.
If anything goes wrong, and she goes and pulls out a sending stone,
Oh, yes. Here you go.
just contact us and we'll get you as quickly as possible.
Wonderful. So, shall we away then to see the lady?
And also, I will monitor where you are from afar. We have enough information with you all, and that we'll be able to find you.
That's not weird and foreboding, but thanks. I do understand that it comes from a good place.
Now, quickly, we have much to do.
Uh-huh.
Just don't look at what I'm doing between the hours of 1 a.m. and 4 a.m.
Seriously, don't.
Can we go?
We're already going, Garvin.
Poor Garvin.
And she opens the door, and you see that she waves her hand. You can see the symbols kind of fade. All right, follow me. I will get us in without having to deal with without dealing with Lady Silverhand's attendant.
Yes.
She leads you down the
um,
stairs, back out, and then you actually head into the main Castle Waterdeep. But instead of heading into the main entrance, she takes you into a side door. Follows a stairwell that goes up, wraps around, and eventually comes down a hall, and you find yourself outside the door of Lady Silverhand's office. You said she just... Wait here 1 second. She knocks on the door, enters in, closes it behind her.
I'm gonna cast sending or message. Sorry, I don't have sending. That's far too powerful for me. To Garvin. Hey, bud. What are the chances that we just told someone we shouldn't have?
I mean, if Vajra is one of them, then we're screwed. And if the attendant at the front overheard, and they're one of them, we're probably screwed. Same with the Open Lord. Honestly, and then I sent another message. Honestly, the most likely one is the attendant at the front of Vajra's.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay, as you're kind of finishing up, you hear the door open. Just quickly come in.
Hi again, it's us. We do need to stop meeting this way, Lady Silverhand. But has the Black Staff informed you of what's going on, or is that my job again?
Very briefly, but I've
Okay.
heard a little bit of other things just from our own observations and investigations into things. But you're sure you believe there's a mind flayer, at least, if not more than one,
Oh
within
no,
the
we
city?
are certain there were a number of their creepy little brain buddies, which I can only assume from Garvin's current state of panic attack that those are tiny little minions of the creepy dudes with the squid face.
Generally
I
they
mean, they're
are, but
commonly, yeah.
typically they take over low-level, low-intellect people to quickly take over them and integrate themselves into normal daily life just to gather information to spy on things.
Well, these ones have seemed to possibly be taking over the entire organization of the Xanathars and the Zentarum put together, and they're spying on the five of us.
I mean, I'm not sure if it's all intellect of ours. It's probably a combination of both. But 3 years ago, there was definitely an illithid working with
One
the
mind flayer.
Xanathar in the sewers, and we were gone for
Yes.
3 years, and now this. And they had an intellect devourer.
Yeah, I think we ate it for breakfast the next day, but we're not sure on that detail.
I didn't need any of that.
Okay, okay.
Alright, so that would explain a lot of what's going on. It's too quiet. There's usually more stories of muggings and disappearances, and it's especially with and more disturbances with the Zents and the Zentarum. But the Zentarum and the Xanathars, they're... I knew the piece was too simple.
Isn't it always in this place?
It's... I don't have an easy task for this of you to try and figure out
Well,
more
what-
information of what's going on.
I don't mean to be presumptuous here, but being that we are the group who generally takes care of problems that appear to be of this scale and relative nature, what do you guys know that we don't know that we need to know? Garvin is the smart one, I'm the people one, so mostly talk to him, I think.
I don't know if there is anything
Also
you
would've helped
don't
them
know.
Stop freaking out.
We know most of the activity has been centered in the dock ward. This news of activity underneath the troll skull is
what
a
ab-
little concerning, but
What about this address?
And I pull out the note and I bring it out and show it to her. Gonna slide it her way.
well, that area was destroyed in the explosions 2 years ago.
Interesting little piece of information that we didn't have 5 minutes ago. See, this is why we ask these questions, gang.
They were supposed to take dossiers on us to this location.
Even though it's now burnt to the ground.
Well, maybe only the upper levels were a front. Perhaps underneath the way to go.
Yep. Well, now that we know loosely what we are looking for.
I mean, if it's a mind flayer colony, it would be beneath the ground.
Oh yeah, I assumed. You'd notice a bunch of tentacle people up above ground.
There have been rumors that area has been more of a Zenithar den anyways.
Has anybody had their brains dug out? Like signs of anybody, drilling in the head or anything like that?
Anything that you assume to be a serial killing.
Nothing that's been reported anyways.
I mean,
Oh,
wouldn't
okay.
they notice
Well,
that
that's
at the
good.
morgue? A bunch of dead bodies with holes in their skulls?
Yeah. So we should talk to the morgue, and we should probably not talk to the city guard.
Well,
Just
there's
in
at
case
least
they're
in
infected.
my morgue, there's been changes. So between me leaving, Rin disappearing, and Bunny taking over, it may not have been noticed.
Well, even so, the reports of any type of death that seems unusual is usually reported to us, and we've not seen anything strange in the way of missing. There's no been head injuries in that regard that we've gotten reported.
Kinda
Okay,
hard
what
to
kind
miss a
of crimes
craniotomy.
have? What types of crimes have been reported in that area?
But honestly, not much. It's been, I said, we've been in a strange resurgence of peace the last 2 years. There's been
You
absolutely.
didn't think that was weird.
Oh, we've always kept an
Until
eye, but
now.
we've never noticed that nothing has happened.
Okay.
I mean,
Well,
we've
I
seen-
guess this is
had
why you
2
have us.
years of planning without any interaction.
Or interruption.
I mean, if I was them and I didn't want to be detected, I'd probably be trying to consume or take over as many people in this city before I was noticed.
That's why I don't think we should go to the city guard. Because who deals with criminals more often than the, police?
Speaking of city
Ooh.
guard, is there a chance we could get the badges again? So that way they don't mess with us?
Very well. I think this time does warrant it.
Sweet. Oh, choices now.
So she.
Oh, damn it.
Yep.
I finally got my stuff sorted out, and now I have to make more decisions.
Oh, man.
So she hands you each one of the badges of the watch.
We get that again.
Huh. Hopefully that'll make things easy. I mean, honestly, if guards cause us issue wearing these, we know they're probably bad.
Oh yeah.
I will give you the leniency as my personal retinue for dealing with this. If you come across guards who... I ask that you try and detain them, do not try to kill them. If they continue, do what you must. And if you find proof that they are no longer themselves, do what you need to do. There's nothing we can do to save them if they've been taken already.
All right.
We'll continue a thorough investigation. I'll have my more elite forces keep an eye out on the guards themselves, and we'll try and make sure that there's no compromise within the ranks.
I mean, you kind of have one more problem. I mean, it might be a little bit smaller. I mean, I think it is.
What's that?
The lich that was around the graveyard before is now down in the Undermountain, making an army.
And nobody has heard anything from Hallister Blackcloak, I imagine.
And people keep going missing down below, according to the yawning portal.
Yep.
We have no dominion
It's
down there.
bad.
We'll keep an eye on it, but we have no control over what happens within Undermountain, unfortunately. That's
I just figured you should know.
That's been the Mad Mage's domain, and he's kept it under wraps for ages now, so... we'll keep an eye on it. I'll make sure Durnan's keeping an eye at the portal. But just keep in mind if there's any other connections throughout the city that connect to Undermountain, which I don't doubt there will be. Skullport is notorious for such things.
I've heard of Skullport. Is it as bad as they say?
It's certainly a lawless town within a mountain of danger as it is.
I mean, but lawless isn't always bad, is it?
When I hear that the Zenithar is the one who is having quite a bit of control down there, it may be of concern at this point.
I wonder if they're using that as their main base of operations now. And
Or
if
spawning
are
ground.
working with the Lich inside of Undermountain.
Oh, come on, man. Why do you got? Oh, crap.
If you find a path that seems to go towards Skullport or into Undermountain itself, do whatever you can to close it off.
Do you got anything that might help at all? I hate to ask, but I don't really like the idea of getting my brains eaten out, and anything that, you know, can prevent that from happening would be great.
We could go to an armor and get a really tight chin strap,
No.
big steel helmet,
They,
chin strap.
they magically enter your brain. There's not much you can do once they've done it.
Oh, that's what you mean. I thought you meant the gang, 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 gang.
There
Okay.
there are spells, but they have limited duration. Just give me a
I
moment.
mean, how strong? I might be able to copy it to my spell book.
And she goes through, and you see her go into this large, like, cabinet. And you see her start rolling through. And she pulls out 3 scrolls. These scrolls are protection from good and evil. They should be
Alright.
able to... Either they can protect you from having them enter your body, or they can expel them if they do happen to get in. If you need to use it on somebody
that'd
else.
be good. Adrian, you need to keep one of these. You too,
Uh-huh.
Murray.
Oh,
And as
okay.
as
Sahiri,
I take it,
can
I'm
you-
leaving to Sahiri. Can't you already do this?
And that's what he's
Sorry.
just about to ask: is can you do this?
I am working on it. D&D Beyond has decided that I'm not allowed to look at my spells. So give me a moment.
Yeah, it unequipped everything on me, so I had to re-equip everything.
Get it together, D&D Beyond.
I think it's a
having
standard
some
cleric
issues.
spell.
And if you don't
Yeah,
have
I
it
thi-
now,
I'm
you
pretty
can learn it in
sure-
the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If
So
it's
I
being
think
utter
it's,
for me right now. I will get back to you on that.
I think you have it, and I think Garvey would know you'd have it because I think it's a low. I think it's like a level 1 spell. Like it's.
I
kind
think
of
I
the
have it
standard.
too, but I just want to confirm.
Yeah. So
It
I'll
is-
pass it to Murray. I'll pass one to Adrian, and I'll keep one for myself. And
It's a
and I'll
first
look
level
to.
abjuration spell for clerics and paladins and so forth, so presumably yes.
So
She
yeah,
can
she'll be able to
definitely,
have it.
yeah, she can definitely learn it, but it's rather preparation.
And I'll just look to Siri and
Just
ask
Kellenfor
you,
to do you a solid.
If you need it for some reason, there's a spell scroll thing in my pouch here, and he just kind of like, as he puts it away, he shows you exactly where he's putting it. And you see there's another scroll there with it as he puts it in there.
Hey, Gov. Why doesn't Coco get one?
Coco's not able to use it.
Fair enough.
I mean, not as far as I know. Nothing against you, Coco, but I've never seen you be able to manifest magic.
No, that's a good answer.
Now, did you have any other questions or concerns or anything that I could help you with at this point?
I mean, like a million, but not much that you can do.
I mean, this...
Adrian.
Hold on, please. No magic. Can't read aloud. Oh. Yeah, no, valid.
I mean, honestly,
Magic
Coco, I
works
bet I could
different from
teach
you
you in
and
my
him.
voice how to repeat the sounds and things, and you could probably do it with a lot of repetition if you really wanted.
Yeah. My magic works different from, well, any of theirs. So I forget sometimes how that works for everybody else.
Sorry, we get off topic a lot.
A lot.
It's all right. There's a lot going on right now, but either way, the Blackstaff has decided she's going to send out Force Grey into the sewer systems near your residence. I suggest you get a good night's sleep, be prepared, and head out at first light. I don't
Cool.
expect you to do this tonight.
Good. Because I would leave you sorely disappointed.
Hey, milady, is there a place we could stay here instead of going home? Because we got a lot of work to do, and I'd like to not expose us to ambush if we can avoid it.
That's actually a really good idea, Murray.
Yes, we
Yeah,
have...
I mean, I see how you react to it there, Garv. Like, you're kind of scared, so I figure we should. I mean, we're all scared,
honestly,
like-
Vajra, you should probably check with the person who's manning your front, just in case they're not.
We'll have all personnel
Oh yeah.
verified before we continue.
And I kind of look to Murray like, yeah.
Murray gives that sheepish look, like, oh, right.
We'll have it taken care of. In the meantime, yes, we have guest rooms you may stay in this evening. Make yourself comfortable.
We've already eaten, so that's taken care of.
Oh yeah, we did.
We'll have a meal laid out for
I mean,
breakfast in the
this-
morning, and you can make your way.
Ooh, continental breakfast, nice.
Thank you very, very much. And we apologize for the hour, but you know,
When the city's
this
in
is the only
danger,
time we ever see you.
When this-
Unfortunately.
when the city is in danger, that's what I'm here for. So I appreciate the urgency.
Oh,
Yeah.
I should probably say I'm growing some mushrooms from the Feywilds in my house, so if anyone notices that, that's me. It's my bad. Don't worry about it.
We have a new special we're working on. Garvin, what's up?
This is actually just for the DM kind of OC because it's still on my sheet, and I think I don't remember turning it in. I still have the sending stone that's connected to the Open Lord of Waterdeep's attendant. Okay. I still have that sending stone, by the way, and I kind of pull it out of my pouch. That, you know, the one connected to her attendant. Just in case.
You know what? I will make sure that I'm the one who takes it this time, just in case.
All right.
Until we've had
Keep that
everybody
in the backpack.
verified and cleared.
Yeah, and I put it. You notice Garvin's keeping it on a pouch that's like in his waistband, right? Like underneath, like around his waist, like tucked underneath his shirt and stuff, hidden where he keeps his money.
That pouch that I always used to make fun of until we actually had money and I understood why it was there.
And he has a second stone in the pouch that you noticed, but it's wrapped in a black cloth. He was just given another stone, probably the Blackstaff one.
Hmm.
Well, I understand it's late. Let me show you to your rooms, and I wish you luck.
Much.
Yeah.
Question for you, as we're walking.
Okay.
Is there a room with 2 bunks?
There's rooms with 3 beds in each one. We have 2 rooms available.
With 2 beds?
3 in each room.
I'm not really picky. We
3.
can sleep wherever.
Okay. I'm gonna just drag Garvin with me towards one of those rooms and, gesture with Murray. Just like, come on.
Oh, okay.
Well, I
I
figured you
close
would.
the door
Boys'
behind us.
night.
So like as you're dragging Garvin, he kind of like pulls himself back and
Vajra, if you need me, just use ascending or something.
Very well.
So, hello. Before we go inside, Sahiri, Coco, we will see you in the morning. I assume that the room directly across from us is similarly accommodating, and
Yes.
there's 2 of you and 3 beds, and you'll figure it out.
But if you guys get really bored, I can turn into a chicken and I could come over to your room because then I wouldn't be violating the only girls thing. Just
Aren't
saying.
you not either? Never mind.
But a
Good
chicken, a
night.
chicken is a female by. It's,
Uh-huh.
I'm just saying in case they get lonely or whatever. Like I don't know.
Go. I just point into our room. I'm like, go.
Okay.
Okay. We will see you in the morning. Sleep well as best you can. Good night. Close the door behind us. Hands on Garvin's shoulder. Dude, are you okay? I know you're freaking the fuck out. I can tell, but we are gonna get through it. All right?
I've never seen your eyes bigger.
Yeah.
You can't really trust anybody in the city. Any person in the city could be connected to a hive mind that could be working against us. So you really can't say a single thing to anybody or anything or anybody or trust a thing or it's just kind of a mess.
Mm-hmm. I watched your brain do that from the outside. It was horrifying, let me say.
I mean, Murray just
But,
birded mind flayers in front of the girl's attendant.
Uh-huh. Nothing we could do about that. If we were already seen by those little squidgy,
And they
what
had
did you call them?
dossiers on
Intellect
all of
devourers?
us. They think we're a threat.
Right. They already know about us. They're not going to make an extra
Which means
move
they're
just
still
because
coming
Murray
for us
said
because
mind flayer.
they didn't achieve their goal.
Okay. Yes. They're not going to make any extra moves than they would have before Murray said
I mean,
mind
they
flayers.
might if they think. Well, honestly, they actually maybe not.
They
I mean,
already
it's
know.
He
either
kind
way,
of calms
right?
down. He kind of comes down for a second, and he's like, "All right, if they didn't get the note from about us yet,
Right.
then they think the information's still being investigated. But I burned the dossiers, and they're not gonna get it, and they're gonna know."
Right.
Yeah.
But with those brain thingies in them, didn't they already know?
Not necessarily. The brain thingies are kind of subservient to something else, so it depends upon what they are subservient to.
Ooh, even better. Good, good. So they maybe don't know, which is even better for us, because eventually they'll find out, but it's
Right,
better
but
than the idea that they already know
We
and
went
they're
through the
not
yawning
doing
portal,
anything.
and we were very vocal and loud about a lot of things, and they probably know a lot of stuff.
Uh-huh, that was the point.
Right, but
They know what
might
we
not
want
have
them
Well,
to
worked
know.
well in our favor in this case.
I mean, before we just thought a giant beholder was the worst thing we had to worry about.
I mean, to be honest, I don't think an illithid can possess a beholder, but if they can, that's a whole nother level of nasty.
Yeah,
Ugh.
but my
I
point
would
is,
probably think that the beholder's using thralls and things of the like to trick the beholder into believing that its men are still working for it.
yeah. Convince the megalomaniac that he's still in charge and he'll sign all the checks you want. I understand that. Not checks. whatever. The IOUs would.
Which
you know what I'm
honestly
talking
Yeah.
might mean in this case Xanathar might be our best ally.
which is horrifying. You need to have that conversation, which is the worst part.
Why?
Because we are under, let's say, contract that at some
Yeah,
point
we're-
when we're in his presence, we have to kill him.
What do
we
you
have
mean?
to kill him the next time we see him. We're kind of magically compelled by the magic orb in his goldfish's bowl. That in
Well,
order for him to
I mean,
release
if he's-
us, we have to kill him as soon as we see him.
I mean, it sounds like. Can I make an Arcana check?
Sure.
What kind
I
of
just
spell?
hold my arms
It
out for him
sounds-
to
Because I mean, like
inspect me
a
as much
charm
as he
wouldn't
wants.
last. Like things in the forefront of Garvin's mind, or at least at the initial forefront of my mind, don't. That's a total of a 20.
Okay, you've heard of the Gaia spell, but whatever this would be, this seems to be, just by the description and what they've said, might be even stronger.
Just do that 10-minute thing on me. It's on me, so just do the thing. and you'll
Garvin
know.
doesn't. Garvin just casts Identify on him.
Okay, don't
Okay,
do the 10-minute bit.
So, you sense there is a level of,
I have a patch slot, so I would use that.
yeah, give me 1 second, I want to bring up the... I'm giving you the exact description of this, of what it is.
This is. Hey, is this something we should have told the Blackstaff?
No.
Okay.
Honestly, possibly, because she might actually be able to get rid of this, or
We should
potentially
collect-
somebody that Sahiri knows might. I don't know.
But
I need
we
to
sh-
figure out what it is.
Right,
And
we
he-
need to
and he's
collect
still-
ourselves before then.
Shh, just stop
Yeah.
moving so I can do the thing on you.
Sorry, DM loading.
No worries.
I'm also must be spelling it wrong.
RPC and loading to help DM load.
PC slow at being load is slow is not helping either.
Oh no, Adrian's gone into T-pose. What happened? Ah!
I'm just like
Murray just walks
lying-
down the hallway in T-pose.
floats down.
There's some rubber banding issues.
Oh man, Uncle Ruck.
It. Sorry, D&D Beyond is being very, very slow tonight. There it is. Oh, I was just was saying,
Did
it's
not
an
have the spell prepped,
it's
but
an
we'll have it in the
enchantment. You
morning.
know it is Gaius. While normally it's a 5th level spell, this is way above and beyond that.
Whoever that was passed a really powerful Gaius spell on you.
Another talking rock. I don't have good luck.
That's right. It wasn't.
I told you that thing was no good.
I agreed with you in the first place.
I mean, it was an orb that was in Silgar's fishbowl. It wasn't the stone.
No,
Oh,
it
'cause-
wasn't. This was a separate
Yeah.
talking rock.
It was a little orby, kind of like
talking
a
rocks
pearl
are never
thing.
good. Like
No,
ever.
I know. But what are we fucking gonna do? We're stuck in
I mean,
a
if
fucking
you ever met
fishbowl and we're
anywhere
this
in
big.
any story in Candlekeep, brother, and in any time with Talking Rock, is it ever good?
Only when
ever.
it's dad, and even then it's
Oh,
questionable.
if it's not a sending stone, all right, sure. And you see like the sarcastic look come across his face, the obvious, like, come on.
I didn't mean a sending stone. I meant dad's a fucking druid. He just rock. Oh wait, it's dad. You know,
I want to do that.
he can do weird shit. But still, no, you're right. It's not a good thing. We didn't have a choice. Realistically, we were this big, and in a fish bowl.
Did you see my dolphins mess that thing
So,
up?
With my Arcana
Yes.
check, would I know that a Gaius spell, what it would take to normally cure one?
Yeah, with identify, you would normally, generally it's wish, greater restoration, or remove curse.
So in this case, we would need like a great, I'm guessing probably like a high level greater resto, if not a wish.
Correct.
Garvin's
You
hoping
realize
for a
whatever
high
reason
level
this
greater
thing is
resto.
strong, whatever it was.
Um.
Yeah,
we
so
need a
you're
really
gonna have to do
strong.
the talking.
I'm not really good with that idea. I think we should probably talk to a strong healer first and see if we can get you fixed.
Okay, I'm cool with that.
I'm down to have a chat with the Xanathar. I mean, he seems like a pretty cool guy, I guess. I don't know. I mean, his fish seem to like
Oh,
him.
good.
Hey, we're buddies with his fish. Oh, we're not going to mention that, though.
No.
No. Yeah.
I mean, honestly, I'm
Compliment him on
sure
his
I could
fish.
make him. I'm sure I could strike a deal with him if I needed to.
Nope. Not doing that.
Garvin's eyes kind of go distant. Like you can see he's thinking about something. You're not sure what.
Just little light slap, slap, slap. Uh-uh.
Look, I'm just coming up with a backup plan.
Uh-uh.
All
I'm
right.
the-
I guess
No.
then if things get, what do we just go to another plane of existence and let this one fold in on itself?
No, but you're not making a pact with the Xanathar.
If it's to kill some mind flayers and make sure that they're dead and we can't do it on our own, I am.
I'm
I
not
mean,
gonna win
isn't
this.
he like
Alright.
super hot-headed?
I
Like,
mean,
we
let
could
me
just
put it
convince
this
the
way.
Xanathar that he's fucked.
At least the city functioned when he was in charge.
Yeah, I'm not gonna win this.
You need a criminal element, man. It keeps everything in check, but then you get some egomaniacal motherfuckers who just don't listen to the status quo and try to upset the balance, and all of a sudden you have the Xanathareme or whatever they're calling themselves,
We should
and we're all
find
eating
out.
calamari, you know?
I mean, I guess maybe we could go to Candlekeep and do research and see if it's even possible for a beholder to be.
No, if they're following
Overtaken
us, we're
by-
not going home.
I mean, but what if a beholder can literally be taken over by a mind flayer?
Well, then we can.
We could ask the Blackstaff. Can't we contact her
could ask-
directly?
I mean, it technically doesn't really have a brain. It's a giant eyeball, but it's smart, so it's got intellect from somewhere.
Could we have Mom look?
Oh, have you
That
talked
would
to your
put
mom
Mom
yet?
at risk.
True. So
And
also
I
out of the
think Garvin
question.
goes a little pale as soon as you say, "Have you talked to Mom yet?"
Oh.
No, we haven't talked to Mum yet. She's mad enough at the organization that we've kept our heads down, shall we say.
Well, it's a
That's
good
gonna be
thing
fun.
that we have these. I tapped the badge of the watch, and we're also pretty much in the back door of two very powerful ladies. So, you know, you think they'd be able to protect you from your mom? I don't.
No.
I don't have any way to contact her. You know, I'm kind of feeling tired. And Garvin like starts
Alright.
kicking his shoes off and heads over to his
Yeah.
bed.
All right. Murray will lie on his bed, roll over, just mumble. You know, it's just gonna get worse the longer you wait.
Yes, I know.
I mean, he's the one who always talks to her anyways. It's not
Ep,
me.
ep, 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 ep.
You know, sometimes it's great being an only child, but sometimes it's not. It's weird. This I can't tell. I don't know which this one is. Eh.
Before we go to bed, I am going to send a message to each Sahiri and Coco relaying that in the morning, we are going to try to figure out who we can go to get this apparent
High level-
Gia spell off of us.
Seriously, like, oh no.
Go- While the boys are having their little oh god freak out, Coco's Sahiri.
I don't know. Maybe I might. I've never looked to tell if somebody's brain's been taken over or not. I don't know if that's within my power. Would that sort of make? I mean, I don't know if the person's dead, but the mind flayers. I mean, the intellect devourer's alive. I don't know what they'd ping as. Maybe the boys would know.
Not undead.
I don't know. I didn't have a chance with the bandits to. I mean, I didn't think to look if they were undead or not. I mean, because the body's still moving around, it's not decaying. I don't think.
Roll a history
I'll ask
check to see
Garvin.
if you can recall any information.
That's a 19 on the die.
Okay, you definitely know they're not undead.
Okay.
And you do realize that they basically take over all the knowledge and information that was in the brain. So essentially, they are perfect spies because they can pretend to be the person that they devoured.
Cool. So, great.
And you do know you have a spell that is usually pretty effective against them because they would
Right.
probably, you know, be able to. I mean, you
I
know that
have-
the spell would work, first of all, because you've been told
okay,
as much.
So I know I need to swap out and get protection from good and evil, but I guess I need to swap another one out and keep detect good and evil. So.
A random cat just walking by in one of your rooms.
Yes.
It's a little gray cat.
I will certainly ask Kelimvor to do what he can to protect us in this mission because this is unnatural and not okay. If people die, they should stay dead, not become husks for another creature.
Oh, Saharia kitty. Apologies, I live in a zoo.
Is there anything else you two were
Sorry.
doing?
Is this where we discover Coco has a pet cat?
She
moment
smuggles
it's
a
like-
cat.
Is it
You mean
Murray?
a pet cat other
No,
than Murray?
Murray doesn't look like that usually. I hope it's not Murray. Where did this cat come from?
In theory, the urchin. In theory, the urchin background comes with a pet mouse, which is weird.
I mean, you probably had it.
It would
Until
be
you got
great
hungry.
for a bird to have a pet cat. Like that's kind of like the ultimate like opposites thing, you know?
I have a pet
That's
tabaxi.
funny.
That's a
Okay.
different kind of
Monkey
pet.
speaks like a French
Yeah.
All right. So, Sahiri and Coco, are you guys doing anything, or are you just going to bed at this point?
Going to bed. I mean, Coco's probably going to ask a lot more anxious questions about mind flayers that Sahiri can't answer.
And then Garvin, Murray, and
What
Adrin.
does Sahiri know? What does Sahiri know about mind flayers? I guess I'm curious. Like, if Coco's asking that, like,
It's not really my area of specialty. I mean, I'm more undead, the death, but
Again, go ahead and give me another history check. See if you
Yeah.
can recall
I
any
won't-
information.
I won't subject us to all of Coco's handwritten questions, but yeah, she's like, what's in mind
it's
flayer?
only
What
an
did they?
8.
What
eight.
did they do? What did?
All
what
you
did
know
they
is
do
you've
by
seen them.
hive mind? What's
They
a
don't.
hive
They didn't.
mind?
It didn't speak to you with its mouth. It spoke to you with its brain. So it's using some sort of telepathy. You know, it seemed scary, and it thought you guys weren't worth even facing by itself when you saw one. But you could definitely tell them by sight because you have now seen one. But aside from that, yeah, you can't recall any history about them. You don't know too
Quite
much about what they're
frankly,
capable
Coco,
of.
if they scare the hell out of Garvin, they also scare me. I like my brain. I like all of our brains where they are. So, in the morning, I will pray for my new spells and hopefully be granted that, and we will at least have an additional measure of protection.
I pray Kelimvor too.
If you want to.
Coco's like, will it help? I can pray to Kelimvor if it'll help.
I mean, in Sahiri's mind, praying to a deity is always a good thing because that gets you a place in the afterlife. So, you know, if Kelimvor is who you choose, feel free, but there are many other to choose from.
Coco
Okay.
will send a mental sort of. Coco doesn't know what the hell a prayer sounds like, so she's basically going to be like, "Hello, Kalimvor, please be nicer to Sahiri because oh my god, mind flares."
I don't know. There's something about the prayers of an innocent child, like prayer, though. You feel like that would have more depth to it.
Maybe it's like, please help Sahiri keep us safe.
Yeah.
And then she's gonna remember that she's covered in brain bits and go see if she can find someone to give her hot water for a bath. Or
Okay.
just at least like a hot water for the basin to do like even just a standing bath or something, because gross.
A bird bath.
All right. Well, if you guys are going to just call it a night and go to sleep, I think we're going to take a quick break here. Let everybody get to the bathroom, get new drinks, and then we'll come back and see how things go from here. So hang tight, guys. We'll be back in about 5-10 minutes or so, and we'll get moving from there. See you in a bit. Welcome back, everybody. I don't know why the transition didn't work. Whatever. Anyway.
Oh, it went. Well, it didn't work, but we're there.
We're back,
But
but the screen didn't roll. But anyways, we're fine. All right. So
we're
we've
consummate professionals. That's what we are.
my computer works when it wants to work. But either way, we're back. Everybody's got their drinks, gone to the bathroom. We're getting ready to get things moving from here as everybody's had a nice night's rest as we've met with the Open Lord, you've met with the Black Staff, and now you guys are resting within Castle Waterdeep, just to be on the safe side of things. So it's early in the morning, and at this point, Garvin is seems to be the first one has gotten up.
I couldn't sleep. I woke up a little bit early. I probably before my brothers. And you know what? I'm gonna roll a stealth check.
You don't have to.
That's a whole 9.
I
So I'm
get it.
probably loud enough that he was waking up if he heard me.
Yeah. I would have been getting up anyway, cause
Yeah.
like
And
you've been freaking out. I can't.
I pull
just-
out the spell scroll, and I'm already looking over the spell scroll that we got from the Open Lord of Waterdeep. And if you're awake, I think I can actually use this. And
Good.
you start seeing like a light kind of come across his eyes. He's reading the scroll. He opens his spell book and starts trying to transcribe it.
Good. No, wow. Now, while you're focusing and in a good mood, I need you to try to keep it together because you're normally the foolhardy. We can do this. At anything.
I'm busy. I'm working on something here. I can't hear you.
Yes, you can, but you're gonna freak everybody else out.
I'll be fine. At least I
Okay.
know what I'm dealing with now. Just let me focus on my spell.
Okay.
And you know what? You actually cause him probably to lose focus and kind of start over, start reading it again, like go back to the beginning.
Hey, Adrian. So
We'll just bring him a muffin.
yeah, but like I haven't included anyone in on this, but I kind of want to brainstorm with you, you know, because caster to caster, you know, Castaway Costo.
Yeah,
or
buddy.
whatever. Yeah. No, man, like, is there anything you think I can do that you can't that might be useful for this? Because I've never actually fought a Mind Flayer or anything like that before, so any advice
haven't-
before I sit down and hold my holy
haven't.
pine cone and do the thing?
I haven't fought a mind flayer before either. I had only just heard of them in passing, you know. Couple of villages that I hung out with, or that we stayed in for a few months. They had some old writings of things that had happened, you know, legends, fairy tales, effectively, to scare children. But it turns out they're real. Which I kind of always knew, but it kind of wasn't important because the kids were still terrified and still went to bed on time. Myself, one of them.
Okay, so like I
Right.
know they get into your brain, so I'll be thinking about that. Okay,
That's about all
Ah.
I've got. He's
and we're gonna be in the dark, so I'm gonna need that. Okay.
he is the
Cool.
brainchild. I am the people person.
Uh,
Terrifying as
Okay.
that is to say out loud.
I am not a people person. When I
I
get
am aware.
scared, I tend to blurt things out.
I am acutely and painfully aware, but we love you anyway.
Okay. Hey, Adrian.
Hmm.
You
gonna hurt.
I love you too. You're awesome. You smell
As
nice.
soon as you looked around, he's like, "Oh, this is gonna hurt."
So you guys hear a knock at the door.
Oh, I figured we were like at the door on our way out, so we
Eh,
probably stumble into this person.
Yeah,
I'll
so
open it.
oh, good morning. We have
Hey.
food for you. We
Oh.
were asked to bring it up to you.
Oh, okay.
Who is this at the door?
It just looks like one of the attendants within the castle.
Just a nameless, effectively faceless NPC? Okay, not someone I've ever seen before.
No.
Okay.
Thank you. I appreciate your work and your effort.
Turn
bow.
oil levels. Continue rising.
I take the tray, and then I use the tray to close the door. Okay, have a nice day. Bye. I click.
And Coco and Sahir, you
So
get a
we're not
similar knock
eating
on the
that.
door.
Yep. So Coco
I would say I know I'm up because I've got to pray and get new spells, but
and Coco's always been as an early riser, so Sahir is presumably praying, so Coco will answer the door.
Okay. Oh, good morning. I have
Good
breakfast
morning.
for you, as it was
Thank you.
requested. He bows and have a good day.
Bye bye.
I'm gonna, as soon as I hear their door close, I cast it again. I'm like, yeah, don't eat that.
I don't know how responding works in Kenku. Because she's just thinking it
Well,
at
it's a
you.
whisper, so you would whisper it, and then only I can hear it.
Yeah, but I'm not sure what her thought whisper sounds like, but you I think you basically gotta aww.
I know. I know. We'll get you something good back at home when we can. In fact, at this point,
Right.
I'm gonna just like open our door.
Okay.
Knock, knock,
Murray's
knock.
standing there staring at the tray.
So you're not going to cross the hall?
Coco will tell Sahiri.
what are they gonna do to our food?
Garvin just, I think, like, while mumbling whatever, looking at the spell scroll, walks over and grabs something with his hand and starts munching.
I know we're paranoid, but like,
We don't
You
know
s-
if they've been vetted yet.
I mean, she said they were gonna be taking care of it.
And I just kind of sit back down on the bed, reading the scroll and reciting the arcane words and munching on the
And
muffin or
you
whatever
see
I just
him-
grabbed.
Eating the muffin and nothing, no adverse effects seem to be hitting him.
Murray's
Okay,
gonna
so
grab
then I
the
knock.
muffin.
I knock on the girl's door.
yeah.
Coco opens the door more carefully this time.
Hello, it's me this time. I was wrong. Garvin doesn't care, so none of us should either.
Yay!
Food.
And then I turn around and look at Murray. I'm like, Garvin doesn't care, so none of us should either. Never thought
I'm
I'd
already
say
nibbling
that.
on a muffin. Oh yeah,
I
it's
know, but-
all kinds of weird shit since I met you guys. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure that's a shared sentiment. So yeah.
So you have muffins, you have toast, you have orange juice and milk. It's a simple breakfast, but it's food nonetheless.
Cool. Murray's gonna quickly eat his breakfast, and he's gonna take his pine cone and sit and concentrate on what he wants to do for the day.
So Coco, what do you want to do while the three of them sit around? I point at Garvin. This one may be hours. That one may be one. I don't know how long Sahiri takes every morning.
I only take an hour.
Say not long.
Okay. Any thoughts in particular? Of what you would like to investigate? Mind players and spies. Poignant as always. Well, there's not really much we can or should do while the three of them are busy, because we should stick together. So, cards? Books. That is the opposite thing that I was expecting you to recommend, but sure. I
Now,
thought
you've
when I
been-
said cards, you'd be down to
you-
steal to take my money again.
You have been in the castle before, and you do know there's
Coco
a pretty
is
decent
more
sized
worried about mind
library.
flayers.
There is a library, although that is more his expertise. So, do you want to go without them, or are we that nervous? I'm not that nervous. Garvin's busy. Perfect. Let's go. I'm just gonna pop my head in. Hey, Coco and I are going to the library. Meet us there. And if we're not there, well, bye.
I think Garvin just assumes you're talking that you're staying in the same space, so he's not really worried.
Okay. So you two head downstairs. You head back through the set of double doors that lead back into the main area. The other side of the hall, there's another set of double doors, and this leads into the library. Now you get inside, and you see, you haven't actually been in here, you just knew it's there. This library is massive. This actually seems like it might be the big library within Waterdeep. It's been housed within the castle. You see rows upon rows of books. Now, it doesn't compare to anything within Candlekeep, but it is pretty extensive. But you probably expect nothing less from the Open Lord and of Waterdeep yourself. So, both of you guys give me individual investigation checks to see if you can find what you're looking for.
Okay. Do I get any type of bonus for the fact that my little brother grew up hanging out in these types of places?
No, but
And I
if you
would've
want to
had to
do it
find
if
him.
you want to search together, if you're splitting up on them individually, if you're going to stay together, one of you can get, help the other one.
Oh no, we're not splitting up.
Okay. So then
To be fair, I say this.
you
after
can,
the fact.
whoever you decide to roll can roll with advantage.
I mean, Coco is actually pretty good at investigating.
Okay, then go ahead and roll with advantage.
Unless
Yeah,
I am perfectly happy to let you, but I'm
I don't-
pretty
I only have a 5.
No,
I think
got a
yours
plus
is higher.
9. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna help you.
Okay. Coco has
But he knows
memories.
trap
that-
searching
Coco
skills to
remembers
use
that
in
not
other
that
ways.
long ago we went through that lady's books, like all of her account books, and found shit. And so now Coco is sold on the idea that research is important.
Oh, Garvin's gonna love this.
That is a 21.
Okay. So you find 3 books on Mind Flayer Society, Mind Flayers, and their history. You know that going through the reading, you find information that Mind Flayers, they're also called Illithid, are psionic creatures. They speak with their minds. They do most of their abilities through their minds. But they're highly tyrannical. They enslave other races, and they also travel between dimensions. They generally work in hives, usually led by an elder brain. There are rare occasions it lists that a more powerful Mind Flayer exists and contends with an elder brain and generally can start its own colony. But for the most part, they take control of lesser races, controls them, and uses them for their own doing. For the most part, you find them usually within the Underdark. And they usually only have the one controlling entity. But there usually are more than one Mind Flayer. They they can use tadpoles to inhabit other creatures that eventually can turn those creatures into mind flayers as well. But the big one is their colonies are generally under an entire hive mind. They can spread very quickly, and they're very, very dangerous creatures.
About 5 sentences into the first book, pulls out her slate.
Illithid.
Thank you.
Oh, I say that slightly quietly, knowing that we are in a large space.
You also read that illithids pretty much subsist on brains of humanoids. They need to eat them to basically survive.
Yuck.
Yuck indeed. I've
They
decided that I
do-
no longer enjoy research.
And they do enjoy experimenting.
I would feel so much better had I not known all of this information. But I am now better prepared. So I don't know
Okay,
how to
this is-
feel.
I'm not gonna be able to. I'm going to ask the question out loud because otherwise it's long enough that you're not gonna be able to read it. But Coco is somewhere in the process of learning about the fact that they survive on the brains of humanoids. Asks essentially whether if the intellect devourers eat a humanoid brain, can the illithids eat the brain devourers or the intellect devourers, or why
I
would
don't-
they, she's
I
like,
don't
why would
think
they use creatures that eat the brains that they want to eat?
So it's reasonable to assume that. Do you know what? Why don't we go back and have this conversation? Because I don't feel good having this out in the open. It's not that I need them to explain it, but actually, better yet, and I can just do all of this through message.
I was
I
gonna
just
say,
keep
Coco could
I
write
just
down
keep
the question.
fiddling with my glasses. This is all you see for the next like 25 minutes is me pointing at you and fiddling with my glasses. So it's conceivable that just the anime thing constantly. Yeah. So it's reasonable to
And they say
assume that
casters
the
look like idiots.
well, I do. It's reasonable to assume that the illithid are consuming the brains of basic stupid bandits. They're basic and stupid. You need to eat a lot of them. And then putting an intellect thingy in their heads to hide the bodies. And make the bodies not look like bodies. They look like people. Because they can walk around now.
What do the intellect devourers eat if there's no brain?
That's a good question. That's a power dynamic that I think Garvin would have more insight on because of his particular power dynamic with Dad.
Coco looks both perplexed and a little worried now.
So, a lot of his magic comes from him studying for a very, 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 very aggravatingly long time. Every day for our entire childhoods. I had to drag him out of places like this 9 times out of 10. But some of it comes from an arrangement he has with our father. Does that make sense? So some of his power is given to him, and some of it is from his own, work. I think, and I'm not sure, which is why I suggest that we bring, everybody else into this conversation. Also, this is very tiresome.
You look
Thanks. I think that the intellect devourers are a lower intelligence, a lower being, and so they are subservient to the illithids because the illithids give them some of the brains. You know, it's a you work
Okay.
for us because we pay you in what you want kind of situation. Or maybe when the Illithid are done using a body as a spy, they let the intellect devourers eat its brain and inhabit the shell, which is. I don't want to talk about this anymore. My mouth feels bad. Blech. Yucky. Like I said, I feel like Garvin may have a bit more of an insight on that. I do think we should snag at least 2 of these books. Can you sneak them in your pocket or your backpack?
How big are the books, DM?
They're standard encyclopedia size, for those who even know what encyclopedias are anymore.
Can you
I know.
sneak them into my
I'm,
backpack?
I'm old enough to know what an
Yes, I know.
encyclopedia is. Coco's. Yes? But she points to the bookshelves where there's a fucking gaping book-sized hole. Because you might be too young to know what the fucking encyclopedia looks like, but they are big. And people
No,
will
I-
notice that they are
I know.
missing.
Adrin's too young. Jimmy's not.
It just reminds me of the time I
I mean-
borrowed a book from my father's library and he came back later to ask me if I was going to return it because there was a hole in his bookcase. My father's a Virgo.
So, I mean, we are in the middle of the stacks. I don't.
I mean,
Also,
sure.
we have these. If they question us,
Oh,
I just don't want people to directly see that we have it. The less opportunity that any interconnected mind organization has to learn that we know about them more than we did, the better. Check for magic first. I can't do that.
That look of disappointment was beautiful.
Yeah. And it's just returned with like this grin of, yeah, I know. I'm disappointed
my-
too.
That's my campaign moment for like right now. That's just it's
I mean, I can look for obvious signs, but you'd be able to see those obvious signs as well. I mean, if there's an alarm spell on it, we've already tripped it and we're already fucked. Like, I could look for runes, but you can see runes. You've got better eyes than I have. I have to wear these. These aren't just for show. Oh. See, I'm glad I'm glad you came with me because I don't do libraries. I wouldn't have thought of that. That maybe they have a security measure so that people don't walk away with their books. Okay. Write down where we found these on. I'm gonna write in my notebook. Thief. Right.
Coco doesn't do libraries, but she's a thief. She understands that people protect their valuables.
I've never had valuables up to now, so.
Essentially, she's
I don't know.
concerned that if we try to remove the books from the library, it's going to trip up some sort of alarm.
Which is why Adrian is glad that he brought you because, like, even if you don't do libraries either, you thought of that and he didn't.
Books
So
are
you write
valuable.
down when we found them. I'm gonna write down when we found them. We're gonna tell Garvin, and he may already know all of this. We don't know.
I don't know how long this would have. I'm guessing this took us most of the time. But if
Yeah,
there's
it
still a
probably
little
is
bit-
with your roll and everything. It's probably been about an hour.
if there's still a little bit of time, Coco's gonna poke around the stacks and see if she can find maps of like the diagrams or not diagrams. Not the word I'm looking for. What is the word I'm looking for? Not blueprints.
City plans?
Schematics.
Yeah, yeah. It says city plans of the sewer system.
Okay.
It
Oh,
would probably be a map in this case.
Yeah,
It's
give
city,
me
yeah,
because of
it's,
the
it
time.
would.
yeah, it's city infrastructure, and so
yeah,
the
schematics. It'd be the schematics of the city.
It would definitely be here too.
Give
Yeah.
me
Of all
another
places.
investigation check. This one
I'm
normal, not a
helping. As little, I mean, as little as that's worth, I'm helping. That might be why you don't have advantage, but take that for what it is.
your advantage, your help is appreciated even if it doesn't grant advantage. That is
In
a
this case,
24.
that's both
Okay.
helping.
So you start poking around. You're trying to see if you can find any maps or anything of the sewer systems. You find it takes you it takes you more than the hour included if you include the time you guys took finding that. It takes you about an hour and a half fully to do all of this. Eventually you do find a book that kind of it gives the diagrams of some of the building plans of early Waterdeep. So this is probably 100 years old of the actual building blocks of some of the. So it might be outdated, but you do find roughly a map of the initial plans for the sewer systems.
Excellent. Since we're probably going back to find the others really soon, Coco will make a note of where she found it in the stacks, because she's definitely coming back to make a copy of this.
I think at this point, Adrian walks over to you with those 3 or 4 books in hand and goes, "I forgot that we told them to meet us here, so let's find a table."
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
In which case, Coco will bring the thing with her and pull out her. She's always got paper now because she
Okay.
got taught how to write and created a monster.
So while they're doing this, you guys have. It's been about an hour, Garvin. You've managed to copy the scroll into your spell book. Was anybody else needed to do anything before we're heading back down to meet the rest of them? Okay. So you guys make your way down where you've been told the library is. You see you see Adrin and Coco curiously looking through books. You see Coco's looking at a specific book and then drawing into a notepad or a piece of paper something from the book.
So, how's it going?
Um,
Hi.
I've never done this much research in my life. I've decided that I don't like it as much as Garvin does. My research is much more field oriented. Like hanging out with halflings.
Wow,
But
Ray didn't
we
get
found
that
some
one, huh?
shit.
Am I with them? Is this all of us?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, what you find?
Books. And I just spin it and push it to him.
All right. What page did you find this stuff on?
It's already open to it.
Okay, so he looks down.
Coco
You look
actually
down and you see
Coco
it's on.
slide over a paper. Yeah.
Yeah,
Coco
you
took
see
notes.
it's specifically information on mind flayers and mind flayer colonies.
Oh, this is pretty good. I mean, I'll be honest, I spent a lot of time kind of looking this type of stuff up when I was younger because it's one of the few things that could really mess with me.
I assumed as much, but now we know roughly as much as, well, almost as much as you do, I assume.
I mean, I'm sure there's stuff in here I don't know.
Well,
I mean, he'll kind of.
I'll start skimming through it. I think Garvin knows probably the basics about Mind Flayer colonies, the infrastructure, that like how they work, especially with Candlekeep being a place of or a source of information.
Mm-hmm.
Um, as somebody who couldn't really walk and his mind was his weapon, this was his like big scary monster, right? This is the one thing he didn't really want to face. Is there anything that stands out to him?
Again, you saw the mention that it's not always that the colonies are not always run by the brains. Elder brains are not always the head of a colony. I don't think you've seen that bit of information before. It's something new.
Huh. That's interesting. So they can exist without the brain.
Kind of makes you wonder if something else could run the collective.
I mean, I guess a beholder could potentially, but
Ooh, that's a twist.
I mean, it would probably drive the rest of the mind players slowly insane, though. I would think.
Well, I mean, he does it to normal people. I can only assume that the exponential increase in intelligence would make him all the more unbearable.
I mean, he'd have to have some way to be guaranteed that he didn't lose control. Otherwise, he wouldn't do it.
Also, Coco had a question about the, like, and I fill him in on our conversation from the day before.
Reiterate the question about how does the
Yeah.
who eats what brain when?
So, essentially, an intellect devourer, if you want it to possess the memories of the host that it's taking over, would need to have eaten the brains of the host. But an intellect devourer can still be used to control a body and act as the pilot without the memories of the bodies present. So they very well could be used to hide bodies. But if you needed one to be a spy, the intellect devourer would have to devour the brain to possess the memory.
Yep.
So roughly what I said then. Cool. I didn't fuck it up.
I
This
mean,
time.
I didn't really think about the whole hiding bodies thing, but it's probably what they're doing.
Hiding, using.
Oh, I mean, they couldn't use everyone. I mean, only the important ones, but yeah.
Well, they could use the average urchin, and they wouldn't need his memories. He's an urchin.
No,
Well,
just
she-
the capabilities of their body.
Right. But to think about it, when you walk
I
down the
mean,
street having a conversation, you don't
guess-
care if the urchin hears you.
I guess you should probably get in the
No
habit of
offense.
making sure you ask people about their memories. In some form or fashion, you know, hey, did you grow up around here? Tell me something of where you grew up, or that, this, that, or the other.
I love your accent. Where is it from?
I mean, if they get all foggy headed and can't answer, then it's probably, you know.
Head splody time? Oh wait, no. Giant.
I mean, unless you can detect aberrations, you can do that,
Nope.
and you could just see them.
Haven't learnt a trick that can do that yet, but I do have that neat stony hand that I can do. So we don't have to kill everything, which I think we were asked. So now what?
I mean, I think
the
we need to go to the
dock
dock world.
We gotta deal with our situation. We gotta go see the Blackstaff, right?
Well, luckily
said-
that's just a few buildings down.
Yeah.
Oh wait, don't you have that new rock?
Okay, so what do we need to go to the Blackstaff for? That's
The Gaius.
Hello.
Oh.
Oh.
Garvin wouldn't. Oh God, would he use this? I don't know. This doesn't seem like something to like pick up a stone and directly probe somebody's mind over. Maybe it is. I don't know.
We can go see her if you don't want to use your new toy.
No, I think he, just, Vajra, I might need a moment if you've got it.
Sure, please stop by the office and if there's anything you need. I know you have a lot to do.
Thank you. Sorry.
We
And I
good?
give him a nod, like, let's go.
Nice.
So you guys head in.
This is why they give us these things. Otherwise, I mean, they wouldn't have been so stupid.
You guys
Yeah, but
enter
there's
in
a
the,
difference, like with like privacy and other
No, I know.
things, and not constantly just sending things into somebody's heads.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys head back to Castle Grey. You enter and the attendant says, yes, she's waiting for you upstairs."
Wonderful. Thank you.
Uh, so
So you guys
Walks
head
right on by.
upstairs. Okay.
Yeah.
You head upstairs. You enter into the room. The door's already open as she's waiting for you. So Garvin, what is it that we can do for you?
all right. Well, apparently all of my friends here. I'm assuming she's already done that.
Has she already done that?
Yeah.
She's probably warded the room. Yeah, like
Okay.
yeah, she's. That in my mind is assumed if we're talking that she's done that.
Okay, cool.
My friends here apparently were in Silgar's fishbowl and under some major Gaius spell and required to kill Xanathar the next time they see him. And I'm not sure we should be killing Xanathar if he's being manipulated by mind flayers if we could use him to our benefit.
That's quite the gamble.
Mm-hmm. Kind of.
I mean, the evil you know is better than the evil you don't.
True, unless he's been compromised as well, but that might.
I mean, I don't mind killing a beholder if I gotta kill one. I'm just saying, I'd rather have options.
Yeah, and currently we have to kill him the next time we're in his presence, and given that I'm normally the one doing most of the talking bit, that's not gonna go good.
All right.
I almost killed Silgar.
She looks at you, Adra, and says, "Just hold still 1 second." She walks up to you and places her hand on your head.
I get that. This is fine. Face on.
Oh my, that's
Yeah.
what kind of
oh my.
what kind of being placed this on you?
It
A
kind of looked like
magical,
a pearl.
shiny, glowing rock. But it had light in it.
Oh yeah. Woo.
I don't have a good track record with speaking stones.
I-
Not the ones.
This
Yeah,
is
except it spoke to
Never
all
mind.
of us.
this is even beyond me.
Uh-oh.
That's not
Oh
good.
dear. Well, okay.
I'm afraid whatever compulsion you're going to have, you're going to have to follow through with.
So much for diplomacy then.
Actually, the wording was the next time we see him. So if I blind myself, I'll never see him.
Or if we can find out where he is,
Well, then
as
all
much
you
as
have
I
to
understand that we shouldn't intrude on people's privacy, as I don't think he counts. And we can just
Look, I'm just kind of curious here. Maybe I'm just spitballing or something. What's the chances that this Illithid was responsible for whatever thing you ended up in and whatever spell you're under, and this is some giant plan to get rid of Xanathar, and they can take over?
Oh shit! Because we were in the dock ward when we got teleported.
Actually, I'm gonna flip back through my notebook. Do we remember the address?
It was the
Of
it was the
the-
warehouse down in the dock
The
wards.
warehouse. Yeah, that
Yeah.
warehouse has since been burned to the ground. Is it the same one that we're headed to today?
Give me an intelligence check to see if you can
Okay.
recall some of that information.
I got a mod 20.
Ooh.
Okay. Yes, it's the same exact location.
Okay, that's weird.
Oh, fuck.
That's the warehouse that we got teleported to Silgar's Bowl in.
Uh-huh. Yeah, no, this is all connected. This is bad.
Oh,
There's something at play much stronger than we thought.
Something's trying to use us to take care of Xanathar.
Yeah. Well, some of us.
well, I mean, if they're super smart, right? Like the brains, they could have probably saw this coming, right? Like, oh, they're gonna try to make friends with
necessarily
the
saw
beholder.
it coming. Manufactured, engineered it, and now we're here, and they can use us.
Yeah. Huh,
Yay.
You've never been an agent of an illithid. Maybe.
Well, except that apparently we have for the last 3 years and some month.
Illithid move on a time scale different than us. They don't care about
mean-
time like we do.
True. I
At
was just
all.
more making reference
Not
to
even
our-
not even like in the same realm of thought do they care about time.
Are they immortal?
Technically, the Elder Brain possesses all the knowledge of all the Illithid and passes it on to the next tadpoles and everything birth, so yes.
Oh man, so
Hmm.
you're, ooh. Could you imagine having that many voices in your head all at once?
Yes.
Unfortunate.
Yeah. It would be.
I don't know where the path will lead or what the outcome of all this is going to be, but I think the only answers
bad.
you're going to find are where some of this started for you.
Does Force Grey have anybody that might know anyone in the Xanathar's guild, that is trusted?
Most of the contacts that anybody had with the Zentarum or the Zenithar have gone silent.
So they're dead.
Or
They've
worse,
stayed
Or they got
considering
brain dogs.
Yeah, or
worse considering
possessed.
what happened.
Yeah,
Ooh.
that's effectively dead, so they're dead.
Okay.
Now we just have to figure out if they're still walking. Speaking of, we could probably use a list of those informants if you could. Dossier type thing.
I mean, that will take me some
Um,
time to.
Just in case we run into them.
That will take me some time to uncover them, but we can get them to you.
It would help whenever it can be acquired.
Maybe it doesn't have
I'm
to
not in
come
a
to
rush.
us. Maybe it can just be a checklist at the morgue if you come across somebody with this descriptor.
It's not a bad idea. I can also spread it to some of the other agents of organizations within the area, and perhaps they can keep an eye out if you're that concerned for it.
Alright. Well, thank you for trying. Your skin is incredibly soft, by the way. I'm surprised. We should go. You had your hand on my head for like a full minute. What do you want from me?
What?
Is it possible to send a sending spell to a beholder?
I mean,
I believe sending does require familiarity, so it would have to be somebody who's actually met him, I believe.
we're roughly familiar.
I mean, but a name
in this case, is that function as familiarity enough?
Well, alternatively, and since you seem to love your deals so much, we do have two other very interesting names. If you catch my drift, Garvin.
With which you are familiar. To a creature with which you are familiar.
But you only know him in name alone. You've never seen him or know exactly what he looks like.
So if I had a picture, would that be enough?
Potentially.
Do you have a picture of Xanathar?
I don't believe we do. He's usually kept himself pretty hidden within his
Volo.
walls. You'd have to ask him.
Yeah.
All right. So
Oh,
he just kind of
man.
gives a bit of a nod.
But no, as I was saying, Garvin, we do have the possession of two other very interesting names, if you remember.
Yeah, I wasn't really concerned about that. I was going to send Xanathos directly a message telling him that I have friends under the power of some sort of gay spell that even the Black Staff or people stronger than her can't get rid of, that are meant to kill him and have been done so by people in his own organization. And that I want to
seems
talk.
a bit on the nose, but I like it.
May I just
It's
make a
ballsy.
point that rumors of Xanathar's paranoia might pose that as a problem.
Right, but I don't really want to talk to him. I just figure if I ignite his paranoia, he'll start killing people in his own organization, and maybe the problem will start taking care of itself.
Yeah, if we just set him on like a top, it'll just burn from the inside out.
It'll at
We're
least
also
let us know where the
ass-
problem is.
We're also assuming that he is still alive. As I said, the Xanathar have been very quiet the last 2 years.
Well,
Right.
if we send the spell and it doesn't go
And
through,
I don't get a
he's dead.
response, he might be dead.
Possibly.
And if nothing happens, then we probably know that he's working with them.
Would the gear still be in effect if he was dead?
You wouldn't have any way of
Would we
no.
still
Well,
be in the-
That's
it
true, it
probably
would-
wouldn't be in effect
Yeah.
if he was dead.
that's a fair point. And she's already identified that
Who's
the
the
gas
target
is
of the
there.
dais?
And
Yeah.
so had I.
Oh, nice.
Yep, absolutely true.
I mean, the way I see it is you get the guy mad and concerned that somebody inside is doing something, and it might point to the problem.
Yep. He's gonna make a big mess in the direction that we need to be looking.
And maybe
So-
sending it to him through sending's not the best way, but there's got to be a way to get him riled up.
Oh,
So that kind of
I-
leads me back to my suggestion, though. Murray, you go first, and then I'll suggest my, as per usual, gang, terrible plan.
I mean, I have this weird way with animals. I could literally have an animal send Xanathar a message. I kind of gotta be really specific and know where he is.
So
But you know,
my thing is kind of that, but turned up to 11. What if we send a demon? Nothing
And
is
then we
going
ha-
to set him off more than a demon
yeah,
showing
but then
up.
we have a demon. Then we have a demon and a beholder in the town.
No, we know.
I
we
mean,
can tell her, right, Gov?
Coco
can-
has
we can
absolutely
say this
seen
in
Garvin not Garvin, sorry, Adrian summon a demon and totally control it and win a fight. So she's all on board. She's like, yeah, sure. If Adrian can do cool shit with demons, yeah.
You do realize how dangerous summoning a demon within the city is, correct?
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Oh,
I think that's
yeah.
kind of like a last-ditch effort thing.
Mm-hmm. I said it was a bad idea, but I just wanted to put it on the table, kind of like at the edge of the table, ready to be slapped off by a wayward cat or something. But like, it's there. It exists. It's an option. I don't like it any more than anyone else does because
I
those are
mean,
demons, and they're not
eh,
my friends. They are not fans of me.
Besides, if we we're gonna do something like that, I'd probably try and make a deal with the devil's name I know before we ever talk to the demon.
Yeah, that's my point. Demon, devil, pick your poison, literally.
What is the look on Vajra's face?
She's just you just it's almost dumbstruck that this is even being discussed when all you've been asked to do is go investigate
Yeah.
the dock ward
Yeah.
and the location of where you guys have been.
We get this a lot. This
Yeah,
is
we know
that-
what you
that
asked
look.
us to do. We're planning the next 3 things that you need us to do.
I'm sorry. I really am.
Don't be.
I
We're
can't
fixing the
stop it.
problem.
They can't. It's just who they are. It's just what they do.
I mean, here's the thing: we were able to do what other people weren't because of how we work.
We're not the most subtle. We're not always the most tactful, but we get the job done. And I smooth over the rough edges, usually. Sometimes. Kind of. A little.
Just be wary about random summoning of creatures within my city.
Oh, no,
I
it
think
will
that was
not
an
be random,
absolutely
and you will
terrible
be
idea.
aware.
That was completely
no.
horrible. And I don't really think I have the capability to summon demons or devils or anything without losing control of it. It's not a good idea.
Okay. So,
I can
this is
summon
why
animals.
I brought it up, because I don't know how well it works. So now we know.
I mean, I think
I
even
did
the
it by
best wizard
accident.
stands to lose control of a demon or a devil.
Yeah. I like Murray's animal plan, though.
I mean, here's the thing, right? I could technically get a mouse to deliver a message to Silgar because we've seen Silgar and we're familiar with his bowl. So technically, the pathing might be a little weird, but as long as the little guy can find his way to Silgar's bowl, he can speak 25 words at my voice that's actually out loud so everybody can hear it. And if Xanathar is within earshot, that could work. Maybe. I don't know. Oh, but the problem is then the animal goes back to where I cast the spell. So it makes its way back. So if I pissed off a beholder and he followed the mouse...
I mean, that's pretty good.
That
We could cast a
seems
spell
like
in
a
a certain
bad-
spot and set a trap.
We could cast it at the address that we are supposed to go to. Hmm? Anybody?
Yeah. I mean,
I
we've
don't
been
really
there.
know. I mean, I don't think
I
it's
mean-
as effective as messaging the thing's mind and saying, "Hi, I'm Garvin Morningstar, and me and my friends are supposed to kill you, but I'm the only thing stopping them from doing so, and here's why." But
I
maybe it's
feel
just
like
me.
telling Xanathar your name and that you and your friends are going to kill him is a great way for us to actually have to do that.
Oh, we'll probably have to do it after everything's said and done.
Yeah. I mean,
He's
we
a megalomaniac. You have to play to that, Sahiri.
Yeah, but I don't. He's big and terrifying and crazy, and
I'm gonna go
We
find a
have
chair
a-
for the black staff.
a lot of other big and terrifying and crazy things to deal with in our to-do list, like the Lich,
Yeah, so we
and
don't have
Here-
time to put
whatever the
about.
hell is going on with the
You don't
Mind
have
Flayers. I feel
time
like
to be
you-
coming up with intricate plans and alternate ways of coming up with ridiculous things. You've just been asked to go and investigate the dock ward at the address on your sheet. If there are
Okay,
over
let's
complications,
go.
you let me know. That's the whole point.
Okay.
Oh,
All right, let's
okay.
go.
I leave the chair.
Hi.
She is just
Just developed a throbbing migraine.
you have
Trust
You
me,
done
the
got
future-
thoroughly kerfuffled one of the most powerful mages.
Yeah.
I could just see this one. Oh God! I wish
Really,
I
we need a
really
keeper.
have to rely on
However,
adventure. It's like this.
Nothing is going to stop whatever is going to about to be steamrolled down by this group of individuals.
Look, if it makes you feel any better,
Oh, no.
if it makes you feel any better, here, take these. And she hands you a pouch. And inside you find large. These are healing potions. If you're really that concerned,
I mean, I wasn't, but now
So
I
it's
am.
got-
Thanks.
3 greater healing potions.
Holy gods.
I try every day, and I've learned there is nothing I can do. I
As
try
I
to
start
keep
walking
them
out
up.
of the office, one of us, one of us.
I mean, I guess the reason I'm asking and talking about all these things is because if we don't, what's going to happen is we're just going to go right in through the front door, and things are going to go boom. And
I'm good at boom.
this is
I look
pretty much
right
the
in her
only
face
moment
when
we
I
have
say
to
that.
plan.
Let's go and see if we can find the tunnel to the sewers in that address, because now we sort of know what to look for.
Oh, we should see where the
Yeah.
sewers lead too.
Nope, we were told to go investigate the building, and that is what we will do.
And
You were
collapse the
on-
tunnel, I
staff,
think, was
But
also
if
mentioned.
we find sewers, then they're going to want us to come back and investigate where the sewers lead.
Right, and we'll do
Coco,
that.
Coco
when
pulls
we
out
get
her
told.
notebook and
Weren't
points
they
to her map.
sending people to do that? I thought we were just supposed to report what's there, and then they send people to handle it.
No, Force
Correct.
Grey is investigating the area, the sewers near you. You guys are needing to investigate what's going on in the dock ward.
Right. Which means even the sewers in the dock ward, correct?
And if you find any pathways to Skullport or anything of the such, to collapse them in, as it seems that they may be a threat of some sort.
Don't want to go to Skullport.
That's why he's asking you to collapse the tunnel, not
Skullport
actually
would be
go
really
there.
fun. There's some cool things you can get there that you can't get other places. And I kind of look to Vajra like, oops.
It would
Look,
do
I'm
you.
sorry.
It would
There'd
be in your
cool
best
activities.
interest not to go there right now, if that,
All right.
especially if what especially if what is possible is going on. Then Skullport is probably not the same place it used to be.
Oh, good. It could get worse. Lovely.
Everything could get worse, Sahiri. We couldn't. I mean, we might not be here. You might be stuck with this shit by yourself.
Actually, that'd be a vacation.
Okay, fair point.
All right. I'm sorry we wasted your time or took up as much of it as we did. We'll see you
No.
later.
Good
Thank
luck.
you.
Report in anything you find, and if it's bad enough, I'll send a force out.
Okay. As soon as the door is closed behind us. So, Gama, does that rock do visual too? Because you should just turn it on now.
What do you mean?
Being sassy. Never mind.
He doesn't get it.
You know, I think that went really well.
Sure.
So you guys head back down the stairwell out of the castle. You start heading back towards the dock ward.
I think Garvin looks to Sahiri. Sahiri, what's wrong?
You know, when you have a life plan and you think you know where it's heading, and then you end up in the Feywild for 3 years, and you get
It's all
home
lost
and you're
faith.
like, maybe I'm going to get back to that plan and just take care of moving people on to their afterlife and give comfort that death is not something to fear. And now I'm wrapped up in all sorts of things that I never wanted to deal with. I deal with the undead, not beholders and mind flayers and intellect devourers, and I don't even know what else. Dragons. It's just been
I
it's
mean,
a lot.
I'm kind of on it. I'm trying not to freak out about things eating my brains. I really don't want to think about it, and it's not
Pat him
very
on the
fun.
shoulder.
And I didn't really want to be wrapped up in this, and here we are. But maybe Kalemvor put us here to help you with something? I don't know.
Oh
You
no,
know,
our,
I
our
have
name
faith.
is Curse Goblin. That's our excuse.
It's, you know, I'm here for a reason. This is not my area, but I'm trying.
You know what? I think that we're gonna get through this because you're here to kick some lich's butt, and we gotta get through this to kick the lich's butt.
Manifest destiny.
This is assuming the Mad Mage doesn't get to the Lich first, which, you know.
Or that the Lich doesn't get to the... Nope, never mind. I said nothing.
I mean, you might have
Carry on.
already. That's
Carry
based
on.
upon
Carry
things they're
on.
saying. So.
So you guys, you've been walking as you talked, and you've made it back down into the dock ward. You follow the address down, and you see its warehouses, and a large section of it has been completely obliterated. It's all old, it's all charred, nothing's been rebuilt. It's just been kind of left there. You guys come up to what should have been the address. You're familiar with this street, although it's definitely a shell of what used to be. You see the rubble,
So,
charred, fallen down branches. I mean, of building pieces. The walls are down. Roof is collapsed.
if this was a Xanathar stronghold, because we got teleported into Silgar's fishbowl from here, perhaps the Zents are the one that blew up this area, and maybe it's the Zents who are under control, and thereby making the alliance to control the Xanathars, weaken them, and then control it.
I mean, possibly. I don't think a beholder would willingly give up his troops to any mind flayers ever.
May not know it's a mind flayer.
Right.
I mean, if he's as obsessed as he is, couldn't they direct him in a different, like, you need to go take care of Skullport and the issues over there? They're saying bad things about you and taking all your stuff.
I mean, maybe, but that's why I still think he can be used in this situation somehow.
Do you have the magic to do that?
I don't really know how to send anything. I could
Okay,
go find a scroll. We could buy one.
we could. Just
Check
checking
out
if
this
you've been
burnt
holding
out
on me.
rubble.
Murray's gonna use his furball detect magic.
Okay.
Kind of just walking around the wreckage and the ruin. I'm looking for any kind of like magical traps or, well, I mean, anything really.
Nothing is coming up as any type of magic ability anywhere in the rubble.
There's no magic-y magic stuff here.
And I'm gonna help Coco. Just kind of give her another set of eyes.
Okay.
Come on, Coco. Let's see what we can find.
I'm gonna investigate on my own because I figured the more eyes, the better.
Okay, so Coco, go ahead, give me your investigation. Well, both of you go ahead and give me your rolls. Coco, yours is at advantage.
Mine's not.
Because Garvin's assisting Coco.
I got a mod 20.
Natural 20.
Ooh,
Fancier.
You got a pretty high number there.
For a total of 29, if that makes a difference.
So you're both looking around, and Coco just barely beats you at finding this, Adrin, but there's the remains of some looks like some cargo you see has been actually looks like it's slid. There's some tracks on the ground. It looks like it was moved, and underneath of it you can see kind of a grate in the ground, but it's underneath of the cargo. You can just kind of see the bars through the some of the rubble.
Oh, Murray, our big strong
Hey.
friend.
Hello.
Can you help a brother out? Noodle arms and all that.
Is it exposed enough I can just...
It's not. You'd have to push the boxes out of the way.
Oh.
It's enough that you could it's exposed enough that you can see parts of the grate,
Ah!
but
Okay.
in order to get to it, you have to
I'll
actually
push,
push the
but-
grates.
I'll help you push. I'm just really
Ah.
weak, so I wanted some other
Okay.
people.
Yeah, alright. Never underestimate the power of stretching. Okay, and I'm gonna start opening shit up.
So you managed to. They're not very heavy because it's just leftover stuff. It's kind of burnt out, and you push it off to the side, and you see there's a 5x5 grate in the ground. Not enough for anything to slip through, but it's enough like if there's water going through, it'd sift through into that. But it does look like
That's
it's
enough to fit a people.
Yep.
Alright, I'm gonna back away from it.
It's not detecting
Yeah,
any
you
magic
never
of any
cook it.
kind.
Yeah, so I lean over to Coco like, hey, Coco, there's a grate. Looks like it's like an entrance to something. Hey, go check it out, eh? It's not magic, but be careful.
Alright.
Yeah.
Go and check it out.
Hey Garvin, we found a grate.
Oh,
It's down.
all right. I cast dark vision on myself.
Right, me too.
That was a very, very bad roll. That's a 14 to see if it's trapped.
You don't notice any traps. And it actually does. There's not even a lock that you can see.
Okay.
Hey Garv, you should tell you know who that we found the entrance, right?
I mean, not really. I mean, do you want a voice in your head every 5 minutes telling you every little thing that happens?
Oh no, she
Eh.
told us very specifically to report in anything that we found, and we've found something. We
We
should
found the
report it.
entrance.
Why do I feel like there's some other ulterior motive going on here? Can I roll an insight check or something?
I'm not hiding it. I'm mad at her.
Adrin.
Malicious compliance is silly. Why the fuck did we even teach her those words?
I mean,
Sorry.
Adrian, she's kind of nice anyways. I don't need to do that. Whoa.
We're trying to do our job. The one thing that we're good at is fixing problems like this.
Yeah, and we went
And
to the
she's saying,
Feywild.
"No,
She gave
don't
us a
do it."
free planar shift scroll just in case we needed it.
Okay, fair
Do
enough.
you have any idea what that's worth?
No.
A lot. More than what we paid
Okay.
for that building we just bought.
Blackstaff, nice lady, not be a dick. Got it.
Alright, well I mean it's gonna be hard to miss if they gotta come in after us, so alright. Just making sure.
So, you guys have this grate sitting here. It's not locked. There's no lock on it. It doesn't look like there's a trap on it, and it's not magical.
I'm just gonna try to mage hand it, see if it's too heavy.
Yeah, you go to lift it with your mage hand and just poofs. It's more than 10 pounds.
I mean, I could try, but noodle arms.
Give me a minute. Eesh. You know, look at it and
Murray, do you want help?
oh, I get it. Or I try.
It's too heavy for a mage hand, but it's not too heavy for you just to lift.
You want me to go do some recce? I can turn into a spider and like climb down.
So what you do when you open it up is you look down, especially with your dark vision, you see there's a ladder that goes down 10 feet.
It's only 10 feet, never mind. Okay, so let's see here. We're gonna be super snack and pass without a trace because dark vision is not concentration. Damn. So Murray casts Pass Without a Trace,
So everybody gets a +10 to stealth rolls.
Oh,
and
Oh, all right, Murray. It's
Yeah.
like that. All right.
gets all squatty, and then kind of like looks at the hole, looks at Coco. Me, you, me, you.
Coco will go.
Admiral
Alright.
jumps in the hole.
Coco is. I'm sorry. What did you say? I missed that.
No, if you guys had taken much longer, I was going to jump in the hole, but
Well, Coco would have
Coco
just
started
gone
doing
past
something.
you because she's got mobile as a feat. She's gonna
that's
be like,
true.
"Excuse me, squish." But yeah, so Coco is going to skulk ahead.
Okay.
Skulky skulk.
Give me your overly powerful stealth roll here. Everybody go ahead and give me stealth rolls, actually. Just have them ready.
Oh boy.
Add a 10.
Okay. It's a 19.
Okay.
Nice,
34.
dude.
Pass without a
have
trace,
this-
making up for party deficit. There we go.
Yeah.
I have this odd memory of this bird lady who couldn't talk, but that's weird. It's a dream.
No, she's gone.
All right, Coco, you get down and you see
The
Um,
budgie disappears.
you see
Wow.
a pathway goes about 15 feet to a door.
Quite impressive.
Now it's more of a doorway. There's no actual door there, and then you can see it leads into the actual. You can see the sewer.
Okay. Cool. Well, so go ahead, sort of poke her head around. So hang on for my own purposes. I'm going forward. There's a doorway, and then it leads down into the sewer, or
It just
how does that work?
it's just straight away as you go through. It looks like this doorway just goes into the actual open sewer areas of waterways underneath. So there's no going further
Okay.
down. So you go down 10 feet, and it's straight
go
to a
down that
door.
down
And
straight.
inside the door, as you can see the
Okay.
sewer system.
All right. So Coco will poke her head around, very carefully skulk around the corner and scan for threats.
You don't see anything at the moment. Give me an investigation check though,
Sure.
or just make. Well, no. What's your passive? What's your passive perception?
Oh. Passive perception. Okay, because that's not investigation.
Yeah.
Passive perception is 14.
Okay. So and you have your goggles on, so you can see.
Yes.
But just as you're kind of scanning around looking, you do notice that you do see those symbols on the ground of what you've learned to be the Xanathar's Guild.
Oh, okay.
And the only one you see is on the left-hand side, on the ground.
Okay. Coco will skulk back to the others and draw the little sign on the on the left.
Oh, good. More lefts. We like lefts in spooky
Thank you.
dungeon-like places. That's not me being an arsehole. That's just to clarify.
Okay, so you guys are
Alright.
proceeding on down, or are you just kind of standing there staring at the symbol
Yeah.
that Coco drew?
Co-
Oh, I wait
Coco
for
will-
Coco to start
Uh,
moving again, and then I
Coco will
follow.
Coco will proceed and stay about about 30 feet ahead of everyone, and sort of she can do that and sort of
Now it is.
make sure that they're
Everybody's got dark vision, right?
Yeah.
Now
yeah,
at this point,
I'm-
okay.
We've got so the spell lasts 10 minutes. I'm casting protection from good and evil and good on myself.
Okay.
As we skulk along. If it lasts for 10 minutes, Garvin's freaked out enough. He's like, nope, we're not getting caught off guard with this. I don't think he says anything out loud about it, but Sahiri would notice that he cast the spell.
So, Coco, as you're moving along, you see you're kind of also remembering the map you had made of some of the sewer systems.
Yeah. Yes.
You know this area of the sewer goes north and south, so you're heading south right now. As it's heading to the edge of towards the coast itself. Eventually it veers off and turns a hard right and starts heading to the west. You haven't seen any sign of the markings on the ground or in the walls at all. You continue on. Eventually you come to another cross section. You see the line on the ground, another circle on the ground. But this time you see it as you're kind of looking and scanning around looking for the other one, because you know there's always more than one. You see it on the other side. So across the water. To your right. Not straight ahead, but it's off to your right.
Okay, so we have to do a right turn and go across the intersection, as it were.
Yeah, it looks like the direction it's kind of taking is going to take you back north. So you kind of went down, over, and then you're kind of heading back up. Yeah.
Okay. Coco will wait for the others to catch up enough that she's certain they've seen her and point them in the right direction, and then carry on ahead.
Okay. Eventually, you get up and you get to a point as you keep moving. Remembering from the map, you know there's a chamber off to the left. Based on the markings, it looks like it was set up as some sort of supply pump or supply room to be able to set up for repairs and things. So it was a spot within the ward to be able to quickly go to and from to be able to collect supplies.
Do you want me to cast Detect Good and Evil before we open the door? Okay.
Wasn't there an alarm spell or something that alerted them to us the last time? Like, they knew we were coming, if memory serves.
They can there was.
Can they
Intellect devours, they see sentient beings within a certain radius, so they know exactly where you are.
They
Without
can tell
actually
where
seeing
brain's
you.
at. Yep. They just
Okay.
sense you.
Yeah.
And Illith, the elder brain can do the same.
Okay, so
Yep. So anything Illithid sees you, the entire hive knows about you.
yay.
Yay.
So yes,
Although in some cases, I think Sahiri might not be detectable. Depending, I don't remember what her necklace covers, but she might not be able to be noticed.
Oh, proof against detection?
Depends
Because
on how
that's
it's worded.
against divination, though, doesn't it?
It
Say
depends
divination.
upon how the
Yeah.
item's worded.
Okay, so see,
It's just divination.
Okay.
yeah, so things can't scry her.
Like
so
the
yes,
Blackthorn.
definitely cast the Detect Good and Evil.
So
because
here,
they know
you
we're coming.
don't notice anything as of right now. It has a 30-foot
We're good at-
range, so
We're good at the moment.
Cool.
Okay. Does the door appear locked and or trapped?
it is closed, but you have to check to see if it's either of those.
Yes. Well, that's kind of. I know I asked a question, but I was using the question to declare intent. That's a 19.
Okay. It is locked, but it does not. You didn't notice any traps on it.
All right. Open sesame. What's my? I know, Daphne. Math is hard. 16.
Okay, so you manage to snap the lock, and the door pops open, or it unlatches, swings inside to the room. Are you pushing the door open, or okay?
Oh Oh yeah.
You look in. It's a 20 by 20 room. This is actually a rather large chamber. In fact, it's actually larger than the original schematics laid for. You see there are wooden, almost like shelving units on side, and you can see different tools, wrenches, hammers, things like that, all within. At the back side of the room, you see a piece of like a stone wall, but it's like a door partially ajar. So like the stone itself is partially open, pulled in towards you.
I'm sorry, my brain immediately went into dad joke mode. The door is partially ajar.
Yeah.
And it's full of jam.
Ha. It's sealed for freshness.
Okay. Well, Coco will continue to skulk and go see what's beyond the partial jar.
So you get up to this door, and you see it's easily slides open and close. It's not actually made of all stone. It looks like it's a fake veneer on the front, but it's actually a wooden door on the inside.
Interesting.
You see there's a stairwell that goes down. It looks like it goes down about 30 feet.
Can I see what's at the bottom?
It looks like a landing of some sort, and then it kind of goes off into the down another hall. You can't see past the ceiling.
Okay.
30 feet's a pretty decent way down to not be able to see too clearly beyond that.
Yeah, I just was wondering if it like hit a door or if it looked like it just continued elsewhere.
It opens up and looks like it continues down some sort of hallway.
Okay. Coco will look at the others and mime stares.
You go down. You can as you get down there, the temperature you can feel the temperature rise a little bit more. Like it's warmer down here than it was up above, and you can feel your hands now feel a little clammy, like it's moist.
How long have we been at this, by the way?
At this point, from the time you cast, it's almost 10 minutes, not quite. So it's been about 8 minutes so far, 7 or 8 minutes. It's not been terribly very long.
I'm going to be recasting when that goes up.
Okay.
I'm just trying to keep an eye on it.
All right, Coco will proceed down the stairs ahead of folks. She's sort of keeping an eye to see if there's, again, traps or weirdness of any kind. Keeping an eye out for that.
As
you need me to roll it.
Okay.
Let me
No. You get down and you see this hallway continues on for another 20 feet, and then there's another door.
Coco's getting real tired of doors. People building doors everywhere.
God, if only there was a different solution to bar people from entering a house. Ah!
Just stop barring me from entering, damn it. Alright, once again, then we'll be checking for traps and or locking mechanisms. Oh, that's not great. 14.
Okay. Again, you don't find anything, and actually it's not locked, and it's not trapped either, that you can tell.
Yay!
Sahiri, as you catch up behind Coco, you sense in the room far away from you, or in the room next to you, but like far away in the back corner, you sense multiple aberrations.
And I proceed to try my very best to explain where I sense these aberrations.
So
Should I just make the whole room go boom?
They didn't want us to kill them all, though, right?
I mean,
I mean,
these aren't
if-
people.
If you're sensing aberrations, they're not people anymore, anyways.
Yep.
Just do it.
You don't know what they are,
Yeah,
but you
but-
sense them.
Hey, do you guys want me to turn into something really small and look under the door?
I don't know what they are. I can't sense if they're an aberration or a celestial.
So
Alright, they'll still
I mean, I
still
know
see
not
you.
specifically what the aberration is, but I could sense.
I don't really know any aberration that's nice to us.
you go to cast the spell, Adrin. It fizzles in your hand.
Like a counter spell?
Yes.
Call the nice lady.
As
Abort!
I need you to roll for initiative.
No need to call the nice lady. Nice lady knows exactly where we are because of the badge of the watch that I am wearing.
that we're
Me too.
all wearing actually, unless anyone opted not to.
Oh no, I'm wearing my freaking badge of the watch, man. I don't need to have my shield out, which is nice.
And I can see your initiative rolls. Nice.
Hey, it's all right. We avoided going into a trap and we blew a counter spell. I'll take it.
I could have. Oops. I
Need a
could have
cleric.
counterspelled in response,
Yeah.
but
Dude,
No.
negative modifiers are great.
wow.
Really, it laid on the side of the edge and it was like, that's bull. Why does it lay on the side of the screen? Screw those digital dice. I'm rolling my physical next time. Even though they look pretty. Here, I want to roll it again just to see how it rolls. No, it did it again. It sits on the edge of the screen. Why does it do that?
I
Okay,
must.
It was only a 6 for me.
Okay. All right. So, Coco, you're at the doorway, but you haven't been able to see anything as you haven't gotten the door fully open to investigate the room. So when you unlocked it, you managed to get it in. And Adrin immediately tried casting a fireball, and it was immediately fizzles in his hand.
Well, I asked them if I should. They said yes, and I went, okay.
So, from Sahiri's description, they were at the far end of the room that we
Correct,
have
so-
not quite entered.
With her somewhat behind you, how far behind you are you, Sahiri?
I'm normally last in line.
This hallway's 10 feet wide, so are you doubling up? Have you been walking 2 by 2, or you been walking single file?
I would think 2 by 2.
Okay, so you're about 15 feet, 15 feet behind Coco, so they're about 15 feet in the corner. To your right.
Good thing I didn't do that.
Okay. How far open is the door? Was I able to?
It's about halfway open. You'd have to push it the rest of the way to enter in the room. But that's just part of. I'll include that's part of movement free action. That's not going to require any action to push it open.
Okay. Coco's not at her most effective when she doesn't have allies in there with her, but nonetheless, going to pull out her what are words? Her flame tongue rapier. There we go. And speak the magic word and get on in there. Attack the whatever anything that
right.
anything that looks like it would try to eat her brain.
So as you enter into the room, you see 4 intellect devourers. You see a pool emitting this glowing blue liquid.
Uh-oh.
Above it, you see a beholder. He's blue. He's got a slight yellow tinges around him. He's got, on his eye stalks, you see multiple rings. his eye is actually closed at the moment, but he is floating above this pool. In the corner, you see a doorway. Inside that doorway, you see this.
Uh-oh.
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
Wow, we're
Wow.
fucked.
Wow. Okay, so there is shrieking from Coco in like 6 different voices.
Yep.
One, Illithid, Adrin's voice. Illithid, Adrin's voice. Beholder,
Probably Garvin.
just a confused babble of everything is in here. Oh god.
Mm-hmm.
Now our geese would trigger, right?
Gias.
Yep. Because we're compulsively obligated to kill him because we see him.
Coco has not
Yes,
had
it does.
that compulsion as of entering the room and spying him.
Okay.
But Coco knows that she should have the compulsion, right? In theory? Like, this has been explained, that once we see the beholder...
Well, Xanathar.
Well,
yeah.
the next time we are in Xanathar's presence, we are supposed to try to kill him. That was the
Exactly.
specific wording.
Oh, that's a disturbing thought. Next time we're in Xanathar's presence, we're in the presence of the body, not the Xanathar.
Or it's an illusion.
Or the compulsion had some other component to it that you guys didn't know about.
Motherfucker. An else if statement.
So, but that's what you see at the moment. You still have stuff.
How far away from me is the Illithid?
He is 25 feet away, so he's about 10 feet away from the others in the far corner at a doorway. Standing in a doorway.
Am I able to get to it? Do I have enough movement?
You could, but you'd have to go past 2 of the intellect devourers.
Can I? Alright, I'm going to... I'm gonna circumvent the... intellect devourers and bonus action dash and get to him.
Okay.
Or it, or it. I don't know.
Okay.
What's the Illithid pronouns? I don't want to assume here.
I feel like it would be they and them.
I feel like that too. So let's go with they. Okay. So yes. Bonus action dash. Coco pulls out her. Already had her rapier out.
Okay.
And just goes at the Illithid because that scared Garvin more than Xanathar, and therefore, whatever scares Garvin more than Xanathar, that's what Coco views as the biggest threat.
Okay.
This is how she interprets that. Like, the Illithid is the bigger threat because it scared Garvin.
Okay.
And, oh right, I get to actually do stabby things now. Oh, alas, no sneak attack. Sadness. That is a 23 to hit.
That'll hit.
There was a very worrying pause there. I'm not gonna lie. It's like, hello? Okay, so... So that is 11 piercing damage,
Okay.
and a very disappointing 4 fire damage.
Okay. It's up.
And then Coco's like, I have made poor life choices, but here I am.
He looks at you, you see this like burning in his eyes, but you hear this deep voice inside your head. Actually, all of you do. It's not your time. Have fun, my pet. As you see him start moving his hands and disappears from your sight.
Counterspell.
Counterspell has a role with that associated with it, if I'm not mistaken, because this is higher level than you actually have that spell at, so.
Yeah. Ability check using your spellcasting ability. The DC equals 10 plus the spell's level. So, ability check would be charisma, right? I'm gonna roll it. It should tell you in the game what I got. I got a 21. You tell me whether or not that happens.
Give me a second.
Math happened.
This may have been a terrible idea, but
Oh my god.
Oh wait,
it's
hold on a
on
second.
brand for us.
It is.
yeah.
Insist on punching above our weight class.
As a reaction, he just counterspells your counterspell. And he's gone. So,
Coco is not sure how she feels about this because on the one hand, they got away, but on the other hand, they got away.
all right. So, two of the intellect devourers come up to you, Coco.
Bring it, intellect devourers.
So they are going to do the usual claw first. That's a 20 on the first one.
That'll hit.
Yipes.
Not natural.
Still.
For
Of course, they're not natural; they're aberrations.
6 points of damage. And then you need to make a intelligence saving throw.
Let's use this die. It enjoys being dramatic. Oh, that'll be fine. That's 23.
Okay, you're good. And the
It's so
second
rare that I-
one,
My intelligence, it's like, oh yeah,
second one
I'm
misses, but you need to make another intelligence saving throw.
God, I hate these things. Fuck.
Ooh, nope, 10.
10. Okay. So,
Ooh, this is gonna hurt.
Probably.
you take, well, it's not a lot of damage. It's 6 points of psychic damage. And what's your intelligence score?
It is the score or the
What's your actual full-on intelligence score?
16. 1/6.
Okay, you're fine. Alright, so the beholder in the pool, his eye opens. You see
Yeah, that's a problem.
completely bloodshot. You hear him scream in pain
They're Visine for beholders?
as he changes. He starts violently convulsing. As his skin falls. His
Zombie.
tentacles.
Fucking Ceramorphosing a beholder. Oh shit, it's a mind. Fuck. Fucking mind witness.
A what now?
Yeah.
Fuck!
Yep.
Illithids can corrupt
Yeah.
beholders. They're called
Yes,
mind
they
witnesses.
can. I know. I knew that,
No,
but
I
Garvin
heard
didn't.
you.
Come on.
As
Garvin can't know everything.
You see pieces of his body fall to pieces as he transforms, and now he looks like that.
This is not fun, although it is, and I'm excited and terrified, and I want to vomit all at the same time. It's weird.
Why do I play this game?
Look, I knew what it was. I just didn't want to give it up. I just, some things are better left to the DM, right?
So you see,
It was burning in my brain. I'm like,
I've
Yeah.
used this thing before in campaigns, so I know what it can do.
so let's see, what's the range on? So it moves up to you, Coco, as it's floating above the intellect devours. Since you're still the closest, it's going to try and smack you with its tentacles. Yeah.
Curse that rogue speed.
But that's not a great attack. That's only a 14.
Yeah, that won't hit.
Womp womp.
And
it's in pain from being controlled by an illithid. I don't, it's off its game a little bit.
Good.
it's then going to try and bite you and misses, but you see one of its tentacles point at you. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, I'm not very good at those. I don't think. Let's. Who hasn't rolled yet? You haven't rolled yet. 15?
15? Okay, so you feel this beam shoot at you. You feel your body like tighten up temporarily, but you manage to shrug it off.
No.
Adrin. You've heard all this kind of noise going on. You can't see anything. You hear Coco go, no. After you hear this scream of pain.
Coco has no idea what this new thing is, so she can't say. She's not going to say anything about it, even if she had the presence of mind to do so, which not, because right now she's the only word she has is no. No.
Okay. Well.
Everything is terrible.
No.
See, that's my feeling.
Not to you. Garvin nodded at me, and I'm like, no.
Please cast Fireball in there. Coco will
That's
evade.
what I'm knowing at. Okay, fine. Fucking
It's like
screw it
Garvin's
then.
nodding at him.
Coco has
Alright.
evaded.
I'll even
Fourth
blow my
level
reaction to
fireball.
like.
Worst case scenario, I take half damage,
Okay.
and I'm
I'm
perfectly
just
willing
gonna
to.
fourth level
to-
fireball in
Garvin
the
has
middle
more
of
faith in Sahiri and everything
them.
else than what else is in that room. We need.
So we're gonna roll for the 4 intellect devours first.
Okay. What's your DC again? Adam?
16.
16. Okay.
Oof.
Oh, I'm also gonna quicken that while I'm at it,
So
which I can do with my 2 freebies.
3 of them saved.
Okay.
Yeah, Coco's fine.
Shucks. Okay, so most of them just take half, or 3 of them take half damage. Coco doesn't take anything, and everything else takes 35 fire damage from that.
Okay, so one of them dies. Oh, I need to do
Cool.
the save. Hold on, let me do the other one. So he's dead. Yeah. But is he
Did.
Dex?
My cousin Ray Did.
Dead.
He actually
Yeah.
failed too.
He went on
So
a roller coaster. Oof.
okay. And the rest of them take 17. Youch.
Uh-huh. And then
Okay.
we're gonna firebolt the big guy with the
Okay.
bonus action. I'm gonna burn my. Wait.
So, just for my clarification, before we get into too far, and I'm gonna ask this because I think this is important for all of us to know. How bad is the clusterfuck doorway situation coming in? I want to talk about the bottleneck.
I jumped
as we're
through
moving
the
through
door.
So
Okay.
yeah, they're on the
Like, I'm
opposite
in the
corner.
room now.
There's a door in the corner where Coco is standing. There's two of the still
So,
alive
we
guys, and there's a pool
we got-
at the back.
So we got a 10-foot wide hallway. There's room for
Yep.
2 people outside the door. The door's 5 foot wide.
Yep.
And how much room inside the doorway do we have? Like 15 feet easily. So is there room for everybody like just inside and just outside still?
Yes.
Okay. That's all I'm checking. Cool.
Okay. So then, yeah, I do, in fact, burn my tides and hit Big Mr. Yucky Yuck with his eyeball thing pointed at my friend with a firebolt.
Okay.
Has an 18. Oh, hold on, I got advantage because I burned my tides. Mod 20.
It'll hit.
Okay. 12 more fire damage.
Okay.
Oh wait. Oh no, I'm not attuned to that wand, so it doesn't.
Anything else?
I'm attuned to the one that gives me +2. No, I'm good.
Okay,
That's
Murray.
all I got.
Okay, so I don't like that guy. So I would like Mr. Floaty Eye guy to give me a Wisdom save, DC 16.
Are you
I'm gonna
moving into the
polymorph
room?
him into a flea. Oh no, I just have to see him.
I know. Are you
I'm
moving
saying
into the
all
room
the
to
way.
see him? He's in the corner. You can't see him from
Oh.
in the door. You have to actually go
Oh, he's
into
in
the room. To see.
corner. Oh, yeah. Okay, I'll be like, flea.
Okay, what's your save?
I'm gonna turn. Oh, Wisdom 16. Please fail. Please fail. Please fail. Please fail. Please fail. Please fail. Son of a bitch! Did I just flee a fucking beholder?
That's a double 20.
Yeah, I was gonna say one's in at 20 for sure.
They both were.
um,
I double 20 that sucker.
Damn. The beholder does not wish to flee at this time.
Shit. Okay.
Everybody out.
Was it rolling at advantage or disadvantage, I wonder?
That was advantage.
Shit. Okay. I don't have a lot of bonus actions, so shit. Okay. Yeah. No. I'm gonna stand really close to a couple of those intellect devourers, and then I'm just gonna go with my necrotic mushroom dust.
Okay, yeah. There's
Oh, no,
there's
wait,
two of
that's-
them.
Yeah.
There's two of them next to Coco, which also is next to the beholder. The other one is on the other side of the pool, and there's one dead next to it
Okay.
that haven't gone
Yeah,
yet.
the one's Coco. That'd be like
So-
super nice.
And then
Um,
is a save on
yeah,
all those.
it's, yeah, con save 16, please.
Both of the devourers fail,
Do I need to?
but the beholder saves. No, because you're in the
Right.
corner and he's moving ahead of them. They're all kind of surrounding you in that corner. You can't really get away from them, as you're kind
That's
of.
fine.
So, my super powerful, awesome power does 1.
Oh,
Okay.
Oh, wait.
the spores tried.
Should scale with your level. Are you sure it does
Yeah,
only
that's
one?
the thing. It still only shows 1d6. I'm going to roll another d6, but I'll read into it, and if there's...
I think it adds like 1d6 plus a level bonus or something.
No, the Halo of Spores is just 1d6 straight up. Yeah, it's 1d6. That's it. It's just 1d6.
Okay.
Oh well.
It's interesting that doesn't scale. Okay.
Yeah, a little bit.
1d6 at 6th, 1d8 at 10th, 1d10 at 14th.
Oh. So.
Oh,
10th level
I mean, my second d6 was also a 1.
Okay. Next up is the next intellect devourer. That's gonna roll up on Murray.
Yep.
So he's gonna make a bite attack. Miss.
Yeah, bring it, you bastard.
Then I need you to make the intelligence saving throw, please.
15.
Okay. You're fine. Garvin.
Okay. What I'm trying to do, and I don't know if there's space in the room to do, but I'm gonna try to walk into the room, move to the back corner, facing towards Coco, so I'm not like beside Coco, and I'm trying to burning hands everything if I can get it within the cone.
You can
As much
get.
of it as I can.
You can get 3 of them. 2 of the devourers and the mind in the mind witness.
How many intellect devours are there left?
There's 3 total. One's
Is there a
behind
way I can
Murray.
Is there a way I can position to get all 3 intellect devours? And I don't give a fuck about Murray.
No,
can get
because Coco, 1, 2, 3. No, there wouldn't be a way you get all 3 of them because they're too spread out.
Okay. I'm gonna go for the 2 plus the mind witness then.
Okay.
And I'm gonna cast a 3rd level burning hands as I walk into the room, and just spew fire.
Okay.
Right in front of Coco, and I'm kind of trying to spread out because I don't want to be in a line. is kind of my thought. Okay. It is a DC 15.
Okay. So only the mind witness saves. The other 2 fail.
Okay, so let me get 2, 3, 4, 5 D6. Total of 20 fire damage.
Okay, both of the intellect devourers die, but the mind witness takes less,
Okay,
of course.
and yeah, and then I can't do that, can I? No, I can't. Okay. How much movement did that take?
15 feet. But there's
I
no
used the rest of my
longer
movement. I used
anything
the
next
rest
to
of
you.
my movement to get right behind the mind witness, flanking it for Coco.
Okay. So Coco's in the front, the mind witness is here, and you're right behind it. Got it. Okay.
Yep.
Yay! Thank you.
All right, Sahiri.
Okay. So I had a plan. I still have that plan. I just need D&D Beyond to cooperate long enough for me to enact this plan. So I bonus action Shield of Faith Coco. She
Okay.
has a +2 to her AC.
Nice.
And then I will. Oh my god! Come on, D&D Beyond.
You can only do a cantrip because you did a bonus action for
Right.
cast spell.
I was going to Toll the Dead.
Okay.
I'm just. I feel like I tried it on the intellect devours and it didn't go so well last time, but I could be wrong. I don't remember anymore. Sahiri would remember. Karen doesn't. Too many characters in my head.
I don't think they had any immunity or anything to it, so.
Okay, all right.
But it's up to you
well,
what to go for.
I feel like the intellect devourer scares me. I don't know what this other thing is, quite frankly, and I know that Garvin is terrified of those intellect devourers, and I don't want my brain eaten or Coco's, so we're gonna go after that thing. So it's a DC 16 Wisdom save.
Fails.
Cool, and it's definitely been ouchied. So that's an 11 and a 6. So 17 points of...
Okay. So the intellect
Oh,
devourer.
sorry, nope, that's 23 points, because
Okay,
I get the +5.
The intellect devourer dies.
Nice.
Cool.
Now it's the big elephant in the room.
Coco.
Oh, if only Murray saw an elephant, that'd be hilarious.
Okay. Now we are. Coco is literally cooking with fire. I'm just going to stab the thing with her flaming sword. With extreme prejudice. For okay, maybe not extreme prejudice because that was not a very good roll. 19.
That'll hit.
lot more d6 than that. Uh, 9 piercing damage. 8
And
fire
sneak
damage.
attack.
And
That
14
might make
sneak
all the
attack.
difference.
And what was your fire damage? You said
8.
8. Okay, still alive.
I didn't think I was going to finish it off with 1 blow. That would have been...
Anything else?
Um,
You have an offhand?
actually, Coco does have an offhanded as a dagger. I keep forgetting to use it. Thank you.
Usually use the bonus action already to use other
To
stuff.
hide
So
or dash or other
yeah.
things. Typically, you're usually not the luxury of standing still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, exactly. So yeah, okay. Let's do that. Which is plus 5. 21. So that'll hit.
Yep.
I don't use daggers very much, do I? That is 8 points of piercing damage.
Okay, and because that dagger's not magic, right? It's just a standard.
Yeah.
Okay, so it doesn't look like it hit nearly as hard as it did. Looks like some of it glanced off as you stabbed at it.
Her offhand, and yeah, she's not really used to doing
All right.
that. But
Its turn.
every hit point.
All right. Coco, call odds or evens.
Odds. I mean, really.
Alright.
So it turns
Okay.
and faces Garvin.
I still have protection from evil and good up, correct?
Okay. Yeah,
To recast
Yeah.
it? Because you said we had 2 minutes when we came down.
it hasn't been 2 minutes because it's only
Okay.
6 seconds per round. So yeah, you would still have it up.
And I haven't been hit, so I have no concentration checks or anything, so I'm still good there. So it's,
Okay.
it's up.
Okay, and okay.
Disadvantage on attacks against me, and then I have advantage. I can't be charmed, frightened, or possessed by it.
Okay, that's fine. Disadvantage is just going to swing at you with its tentacle. That is a
I
14.
got it. Oh, that misses. Garvin's got a 16. Garvin's
Yeah.
tanky.
All right. He's going to bite. That's an 18.
Ooh, danger mouth.
Shield.
Okay.
Nice. Toe to toe with the beholder. Let's
So
go.
it spins out around its
Yeah.
its
I
tentacle
knew this was coming.
at Coco. I need you
Ooh.
to make a intelligence saving throw.
Ooh.
16.
Okay. So you feel something just penetrate your brain, but you shake it off.
Fuck you!
Adrin. Should have beefed up his
So-
DC.
We are going to.
I mean, I've blown a lot of spells to get to this point. I've gone through 4 spells already, so
Yeah, same. I've gone through a bit here.
we've done a lot of
Um,
resources to make this harmless or less harmless.
Speaking of which, I'm gonna hit him with a 3rd level catapult.
I need you to roll me your D20.
Oh, nice.
Oh yeah,
Defense
'cause you
base.
tied.
Let's go.
Okay.
Oh no, he's
Yeah.
hides. You could literally just make him do it.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, no, I'm having him roll a D20 because,
Oh, okay, yeah.
and then a D100.
That's right. We do the table choose, and then we do the. Yeah, I gotcha.
Actually, you know what? A fireball right now would be kind of handy.
48.
What was the D20 first?
Which
So
table
I've got
do you
3
have
tables.
for?
There's 3 different tables. So he rolls. There's 300 different options for this wild magic table.
Right, but then he roll a d20 to determine which table, and then a d100 to determine
Wh-
which.
Which he did. He rolled a
Happened.
d20, and now he's rolling a d100.
Oh, he said 48. I didn't hear the d20.
Yeah, he said a 9.
Yeah, it was like,
Oh, okay, I
9.
missed that. Okay, cool.
Where's that?
Oh, I'm gonna quicken
mean, or
this
unicorn.
thing as well.
Okay.
Greater demon again? No.
So,
Hey,
this will be
it
fun.
technically was, but wasn't you that summoned the demon? So it
Well-
was weird.
Yeah, but
you're
like,
you're now glowing pink,
Nice.
like
I love
somebody
this look for me.
like somebody cast fairy fire on you.
Oh,
That's
I hate this
unfortunate.
look for me.
Is anything else glowing?
Just him.
Okay.
Eh,
All right.
hey, I know that. Oh shit.
Okay.
Okay.
So, dex save of 16. Por favor.
Fails.
Nice. Let's see that. Sweet, sweet. 5d8. 27 damage.
'Kay.
Steel ball bearing. Wow, 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 wow.
Still alive.
Okay, cool. I quickened it, so gonna burn my tides again and firebolt again.
Okay.
That one's not leveled, so you can't do anything. He's like, damn it. Not yet.
Soon,
Ah,
my
fuck. I rolled
pretty.
shitty on both. I got a 1 and a 4, so 14.
You miss.
Okay.
All right. Anything else?
No.
All
That's
right.
all I can do.
Okay.
Physically.
Murray.
Cool. I look at him. I go, yeah, and I cast Blight. Con save DC 16. Por favor, señor.
Saves. It's an 18.
Okay. So still half. I'm assuming.
Yeah, it's still half.
Yeah, still half. All right. So 8d8 divided by 2. 33 divided by 2.
16.
16.
You see the body start convulse, and you hear this loud screaming in your head as it collapses to the ground.
I just fist bump Murray.
It's still like it's smoking from the blight. Dude, I go over, I grab one of those rings and tear the fucker right off of the eye stalk.
They had all actually fallen
Even if the
off
ice-
on the
Oh, ping, 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 ting.
Yeah.
Oh, they're in the pool, or
They're in the pool. Garvin was headed to the pool to look.
yeah, Murray pulls his quarterstaff out of his bag. Hey,
Come
I
on,
don't want to
Coco,
touch
there's
that.
rings.
I don't want to touch that
I'm
water.
gonna go
I'm
look
gonna-
over at the water a little bit dubiously. What does that water look like?
I'm gonna try to fish out
It's-
some rings out of the water with my stick.
it's warm and it's glowing this like it's giving off this like bluish green light off of it, so it's phosphorescent, sure.
Coco looks at Garvin. No.
Yeah. I shocking grasp the liquid, sending electrical convulsing, energy
Okay.
convulsing through it if I can. Just to
Okay.
make sure there's nothing living in it before stepping in it. And I do this a couple times. Like I'm maybe I'll spend a full minute just shocking the pool of liquid before stepping foot in.
Yeah, you don't see anything else in there. It's not like completely murky. It's clear through.
Sure.
But you do know that these are typically considered brine pools, usually used
Yeah.
by elder brains.
Yeah.
But they're
Yeah.
also
Lots of
used
that.
Could be
for
some tadpoles in
they were
them.
normally used for Ceramorphous.
Yeah. But I'm making sure there's no alive tadpoles, essentially, is what I'm trying to do.
But yeah, you got a very categorical no. No.
And then after doing that for a full minute, Garvin's not wise enough to know if he's killed them or not, and he just steps in and starts collecting rings.
Okay, so you find
Holy crap.
yeah, you find 5 rings
Dude.
within there.
And I bring them out.
Hey, Coco, look 'em. Glowing.
Pretty.
I can do that to people, but usually it's a few of them. You're
I
positively glowing.
Oh, thanks.
You're welcome.
So
We
you
do
have
it.
this pool. You have this dead beholder. You have 4 dead intellect devourers. You have a doorway at the other end of the room, and that's what you see within the room.
I think we should probably go back and let them know what's going on now.
Yeah, what do you
I
suppose
would-
is straight up from here?
Coco's
I would
gonna
tell her kind of
Coco's
right
gonna
now.
do a quick sort of investigation of the room. To see if there's
Should where
anything
does that door lead though? Do we need
Oh,
to
we should
worry
probably
about
check
if
that-
it leads to Skullport and if we need to blow it up? I don't want us
All
to have
right,
to deal with
hang
that.
on, just 1 second,
but-
all right? And I reach into my pocket and I grab the sending stone. Vajra, we just killed Xanathar's contorted, twisted corpse, and there's a bunch of mine with intellect devourers and an illithid that left.
Tell her
If I said that right, that's 20 words or less. If I didn't stumble over it, I think.
It's fine.
Uh,
You get a response. Well, that's unexpected. Sending a team down now. In fact, I'll be there myself.
Yes. To be honest, too, I think they have plans for us. Not sure what it is, but it's probably not good. He said their plans.
It is not your time.
Yeah, that's what Garvin means, though. It's not your time. That means there's plans.
Edrin's just repeating it for dramatic effect.
Coco's not sure it was Xanathar.
I don't know. Garvin assumes it is. He's never met Xanathar, and the one thing that he has heard about Xanathar is that he has rings on his stalks. Right? That is the
Yeah.
only, like, lore
The
thing that makes
description
its way.
matches.
That's, yeah. The description matches based upon other things, but I think the only thing lore-wise I know as a character is about the rings on the stalks. And low wisdom, I'm assuming it's Xanathar, sorry.
But like,
Coco's only
Hey.
Coco's only
Coco-
sticking point is that she knew about the compulsion and didn't feel it, and therefore she's wondering if it was like, did they just find a beholder and dye it blue and add rings to it?
So do you make do you make an attempt to try to communicate this?
Yeah, that was sorry, I erased it, but Coco had written, "Are we sure it's Are we sure it was Xanathar?"
yeah, no, because
Coco,
I
here.
wasn't compelled to
Just-
kill it.
Just give me 10 minutes, all right? And I sit down beside you, Coco, and I start an identify ritual. And I'm gonna identify Coco to see if she's
Right.
still under the Gaius spell.
It's gone.
That was definitely Xanathar, Coco. You're not under the spell anymore.
We
My
did it.
guess is because it hadn't seramorphed or whatever, he was still technically alive.
Hey, I know we've said it like 16 times now, but what the fuck does Ceramorph mean?
It's kind of like what a caterpillar does when it turns into a butterfly.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. Well,
Only
that's
weird and
metamorph-
terrifying and full of tentacles.
It's metamorphosis.
But it's also
yeah,
really
kinda-
cool, Coco. It's super cool.
Dude, that's like in perpetuity. Fuck.
I couldn't remember if it was 7 or 9. I knew it was an odd number.
So by the time
So,
you're finished with this identify spell, all of a sudden you hear footsteps coming from behind, running.
Murray's going to third level conjure 1 CR2 beast. Kind of just as a reaction, there's something coming.
As you do, as you finish your cast, you see Bosher come in and just wave a hand and dispel.
Nice. Okay,
I reach
sorry.
over and
Good.
flick some dust off of Garvin. As subtly as
What
I
are you
can.
doing?
Don't worry about it.
And you see her. I see
Alright.
you're all safe.
Well,
So,
as much as can be expected.
in more detail, tell me exactly what happened.
Oh, it looks like
Garbage?
they used a pool of Ceramorphous to turn the beholder into something else. And there was a bunch of intellect of ours, and he said there was plans for us later. The Illithid
Ooh,
did.
hang on.
Yeah.
And he had a staff too. He must have been some sort of caster because he interrupted my
Very
brother's
long
spell.
tentacles.
hang
But
on.
compared to normal, very long.
Murray looks at himself and he uses his disguise self. He grows 3 feet
Yep,
and turns into the
and-
Mind Flayer.
Oh.
And Coco
I
will
never
perfectly
saw him.
replicate the. It's not you.
So did
and
everybody
have
see
my
him?
pet.
Because I think the only person that saw him was Coco,
Uh,
right?
yeah, Coco was the only one who saw him. You wouldn't have seen him, Murray.
Oh,
Right. Because
Oh,
we only
okay.
heard it.
Coco can absolutely mimic the voice and the. It's not your time. Have fun, my pet. She can probably.
You know, your standard,
She heard it.
your standard telepathic "I'm a badass" voice.
Worst case scenario, she'll write it down.
and he's
Unless
got a
there's
volume control on his end because that was really loud.
That she can't. In which case, please let me know.
Coco, what did he look like?
Can you draw a picture?
Yeah, I wouldn't have had any of the info.
Yeah, Coco will attempt to pick. Coco can't draw from life. That's not part of her.
Mimics mostly
First
sound
of
and writing than it is for actual art,
Okay.
but
Mimic handwriting, or she can sort of replicate what she's seen on paper, but like she can't just do a life draw.
So then
but I
maybe I'll do
I can attempt a performance check.
yeah,
to
do a performance
parallel
check. Yeah, that's fine.
drawing.
a. Well, hold on.
And-
Could I argue that like I can help with this because I can do the sketch and she can just sort of look over it, kind of like you go to a police station and give them a sketch of a suspect or whatever. Yeah,
Yeah, sure.
I'm just gonna sit
Well,
there and start
And
sketching,
you're also an
you're gonna just give me
anthropologist
direction.
too, right? So you
Yeah,
might
I'm an
have some-
anthropologist. I
Still give me a performance check,
read
but I'll
all
give
those
it
books upstairs.
give it an advantage since he's basically helping you kind of describe and so we'll go
Okay.
ahead with that.
Sure. Fantastic. +0. No. That is a 6.
With advantage? Oof. So
I rolled a 3 and a 6. Charisma-based stuff is not Coco's strong suit.
Yeah, I figured I was gonna do the sketch,
You
but
get a 6
whatever.
figure.
We could try again with her, with me making.
so
the actual
she's
drawing
trying
part.
to yeah, you're so go ahead and you do give me an insight check and then a performance check, Adrin. So I want to see if
Okay.
you can grasp what she's trying to get across.
Insight 16.
Okay, so you get it. Now now go ahead and do the performance check to see if you're able to accurately give a drawing based on kind of how you understood what she said.
Just flat.
Performance? Yeah, just straight performance check.
Okay, that's fine. 19.
Okay. So you roughly get the
Coco like this?
description off and it's not perfect, but Coco you say you look at it and you agree that what he drew was basically
All purple, very long tentacles. Yeah, I did. Did you see? I have them almost at his feet.
so Vashra looks at it.
Colors. Staff. Right.
I-
At it.
I've only heard stories about these. Mind Flayer colonies generally are run by elder brains. Every once in a while, a tadpole becomes what they call an Ulitharid. They're stronger and more powerful than your standard Mind Flayer. In fact, they're usually
All that
in.
start as Alhoons, and then become something bigger.
Glowy eyes, very creepy. Yeah.
Oh wait, is it an Eleutherid? I've heard of these, I think.
Elitharid
I've heard
are
of damn near everything.
are they're almost equivalent to the Elder Brains, and many times they end up being their favorite servants. But every once in a while, an Elitharid becomes powerful enough that they can run their own colony, and that's not a good
Sort
sign.
of circumvent a brain.
Exactly.
And we have this door that
I mean, honestly, we were gonna go further. I just wanted you to know what we saw before we went further.
So, should we go spelunking, or are we in
Just-
timeout?
Just wait. Let me. You see her kind of
Okay.
sit there for a second, and a raven conjures next to her. So let's do this a little safer, shall we? She sends the
Right.
raven down, and you see her sit there, and her eyes kind of go white, and like she's basically channeling her eyes through the raven.
Yeah.
I nudge. Hey, can you do shit like that, Garv?
I mean, summoning a familiar. I could if I learned the spell.
Cool.
I can be the Raven.
Creepy.
But then I couldn't see through it if it was you.
Well, technically, but it'd be like second or third party.
Got 6
It's
of them.
pretty good, Coco. I don't know what it looked like, but it sounds
It
like
has
it's
6
what you're talking
tentacles, not
about.
just 4. That's 6.
That's
Yes,
even
but
better.
Coco rolled 6. This is as close as she's ever gonna get.
Eventually, you see
Mine just looks a little too clinical.
As she was wetting herself.
her kind of sit back in shock, and her eyes go back to normal.
Not good then, eh?
There's a portal of some sort. I lost contact. I think this might be.
Portals.
This might be the path to Skullport that we were worried about.
Okay, that's a word that's been thrown around about 12 times again today. That I
Vajra.
also don't know what it is. What's a skull pool?
Carvin knows.
Skullport is
Garvin knows everything, honey.
basically a small village that's been set up within Undermountain. It's usually used for underground trading, black market, things like that.
That's so cool. I have to go there. I'm sorry. I need to. I need to learn about them.
So Skullport's having issues with these mind flayers and this whatever big bad mind flayer. The Lich is in Undermountain, and people
this
are
is
going
bad.
missing. Right? I'm connecting these dots properly.
Oh, I'm sure they're all
Hey.
connected in some form of fashion, especially if there's illiterate or whatever's going on. I've
So-
heard of.
And
Go ahead.
nobody's heard from Halaster. Black. Yeah. Nope. Okay. I'm just gonna sit here now.
Pat.
I think we need to seal off this entranceway. We'll destroy the portal and seal it off.
I'll help you.
I mean, I'm good at making things go boom, if that helps.
If you can dispel a portal, I can try too. Maybe.
And I kind of like point to my amulet
Mm-hmm.
as if suggesting that maybe there's a way I can use that to help her seal the portal.
You know what, Murray? I think Garvin's got this. We should head back upstairs.
Mm,
And as we turn away, I just wink at Garvin.
All right. The rest of the force will show you out. We're more than capable of being able to escape from here if need be. There is a quicker way back out. We found another entrance in another part of the sewer. Just wasn't as obvious for them, for their pathing.
Just, obligatory. This is my younger brother. Blah, blah, blah. Please don't let him die. Blah, blah, blah. Idle threat that we know I can't follow through on. Blah, blah, blah. Thank you. Bye.
And she just looks at you, looks at the staff, looks at you.
That we both know I can't follow through on. Did you miss that part?
I know.
Okay.
She still gives you the look as
It's a thing. I'm trying to build the thing, a banter.
Okay. I'm gonna kind of like hands on Agent's shoulder. Okay, let's go, buddy. Come on, let's leave the nice lady to do the work.
Okay.
My turn now. This is weird.
all right. So
Am I doing it right?
You did great.
Garvin, you walk with Vostra. It's about 50 feet down.
Gonna follow them.
You're just gonna
Out of distance.
quietly follow.
Like a yep, do a little stealth.
I've got no passive perception. I don't notice you. That's for damn sure. I mean, unless you botch your stealth, I have an 8. Like, you probably have to nat 1 just for me to not see you. Even then, I probably don't.
Yeah, no,
Question-
that's a 25.
Question
Oh, I don't see you either.
does somebody
Coco
else
doesn't
notice?
trust this person to go off with her friend by themselves.
Harry.
Coco's
Yeah.
just kind of
Okay,
anxious.
I'm going.
And I look at Murray and I'm like, sometimes, as the older brother, it's my job to look like an ass, so he can look like less of one.
Oh, dude, come on. Are you seriously? Alright, whatever. I mean, who am I to yuck somebody else's yum? Alright, whatever.
Dude, it's not me. I don't get it, but I know what I see.
All right. Her passive perception is okay. Never mind. All right. So you continue on down. It's about 50 feet down. As you get closer, you kind of see this faint glow along the edges of the hallway. Well, looks like this is the spot. I'll have to remember to summon my Raven back when I get a second. I really don't want him stuck in Underdark. The Undermountain as much as possible.
Is your Raven in Skullport?
He's at least I don't know. I would assume that this leads to Skullport, but I don't have any way. Once he went through, I lost the connection. It was too far away.
And you're all interested in seeing what's on the other side?
I mean, we have the means of escape if necessary, but
I mean, can we just like peek and then come back?
very well. That's what you want.
Oh, yeah. He would totally.
Okay.
He gives an excited nod and he probably just steps through the portal without waiting.
Okay. You step through the portal.
Coco has a moment of what is it with these people and going through portals?
You see ahead of you there's another like a hallway that's almost like it's almost like mirrors the other side of the hallway, and ends at a door about 50 feet down.
I kind of like look back to make sure she's following.
Yep, she came through.
Should we go on the other side of the door? I mean,
If you want to
Kinda
take a look
shrug.
to see, you can do it quietly. Here, you know what? I'll make it easy. Let's get close
yeah.
to the door, and I will.
And I just take a moment and I mask a many faces and change my image to one of the bandits that we killed.
Okay.
Just
As you get
Bandit
closer
A.
to the door, you see her cast, and you see this dome appear, and you start seeing her say like trying to talk, but nothing comes out. Like she's mimicking that she cast silence.
I give a nod, and I walk to the door and try to open it.
Okay, the
I
door
don't know how long
opens.
I don't know how long they stay there, but Coco about a round
Then-
later, right after Garden. It's like,
You
Garden
open
just
the
fucking stepped through a portal without the rest of the party.
door, and it looks like it's almost like a dock going straight out into this what looks like a town. you've heard tales of Skullport, and you know it really is supposed to be a town, but it's nothing like the description of what you've been told. There are
Roll the
brine
wisdom save.
pools.
Because I was totally gonna keep going if I could.
Okay.
But
As you enter in, you see there are brine pools throughout the areas of the town. You see humanoid-looking creatures hovering around them, kind of just staring into the pools. This is about 150 feet away, so you haven't quite gotten close enough to
Garvin,
it.
Garvin shuts the door. He gives a slightly terrified look to Vajra, gives a nod, and starts walking back.
She nods and starts following along.
I don't know if Coco was able to get through. Maybe I don't know how that works.
You would have gone through, and as you get closer, because Garvin, you see Coco coming through behind you.
Garvin,
But
what the fuck?
Then I'm just pointing that way, like turn around, and I'm going that way.
Actually, is Garvin still Mask of Many Faces?
Yes.
Oh,
But I'm
yes.
standing next to Vajra, so I don't
And
look
she's-
like Garvin, but I'm pointing that way, and like eyes like run.
Oh shit!
I'm so glad I.
Give me a
You
wisdom
can roll
save.
an
Give me,
insight
yeah,
check,
give me an
maybe.
insight check. Yeah, roll an insight.
I don't know if Coco knows that Garvin can do that. In which case, this woman just did something with Garvin.
Oh no.
Which is, I fucking knew it!
I mean, to be fair, this isn't gonna go very far if you try to attack Vajra.
Oh no, she did not roll well.
Uh-oh.
No, Coco stands her ground and puts her hand on her rapier and stares at Vajra. Where's Garvin?
Garvin pulls his hands out, gets in front of Vajra, and kind of like defends her. I'm right here, Coco. And I say in my voice, even though I don't look the same.
Okay, then you get the Garvin, what the fuck?
And I just like bring a finger to my lips and I point the other way and I start walking.
It probably sounds like Adrian, actually.
Oh, it does. Oh, it does. I'm the only person in the party who would have said that.
Alright, so Coco's perfectly happy to do a 180 because, as previously mentioned, what the fuck?
Garvin, what the fuck?
And I'm guessing her silence spell wouldn't have been in that area, right? She
No,
was
by the time you
faithful
got up,
cast.
yeah, by the time you got back up, you-
Yeah. So she would have. That's the only peep of noise we made was that. Then I guess. Then we'd come back through the portal. I'm assuming.
yeah.
And I'll drop the image as soon as we're on the other side. I'm sorry, Coco. I was trying to be safe. They know what I look like.
She points at the portal. What the fuck?
It goes to Skullport, and there's a lot of brine pools and mind flayer stuff, and it's really bad.
What the fuck?
She's really strong. She could protect me, and besides, I'm really strong too.
Kind of upset Bungie is upset.
Coco sort of stops and breaks eye contact with Garvin and looks at Vajra. Just like, so unimpressed. Like, just...
We would have been immediately out of there if there would have been a problem. Do not worry.
Coco walks away and outstrips them easily because she's got a fucking feet.
Oh, she got angry. Power walk.
All right, so we gotta close this portal. If I channel some energy from the necklace, does it help? I mean, it's playing a portal. I don't know if that's what this is, but
Try countering the magics of the portal. I mean, I can just dispel it, and then we can destroy
I'm
the
not
the
that
hallway.
strong. That's crazy. That's wow.
I mean, I am the Blackstaff. I have been training my whole entire life for this, so. Alright. So you
I
see-
think he just kind of like stands back and lets just to see if she can do it.
So you see her stand back. You see her great large, these ridiculously large size hand sweeping movements for her somatic components of this. Her eyes glow, and you just see everything in the hallway flash, and the glow disappears from the hallway. All right.
Wow, that was amazing.
Now I think we need to destroy this hallway.
I think that's a good idea.
I think stand back, and this time she actually takes the staff, backs up. You see her thrust it out as the entire walls of the walls and the ceiling all collapse in on itself.
As she's doing this, I'm gonna just use mold earth. I know it's a cantrip, but I'm gonna be trying to like use energy to pull the earth down and like give any extra force needed. It's
Okay.
probably not necessary, but Garvin's trying to help. He wants to look cool.
Aw.
Well, that was a revelation. I think we need to
I was totally right, and I'm not happy that I was.
I can't say anybody would be happy about that. Things are more complicated than we ever expected. We need to we need to inform Durnan to block off entrance to the portal for now.
I tried to tell him that the other night. We even tried to tell these adventurers not to go down, try to scare the crap out of them, and they still win.
Do you always listen to people when they warn you not to do something?
Oh no, I usually go anyways. And he gets a bit of a grin on his face.
You actually get her to chuckle at that. I bet that's true.
Meanwhile, Coco comes back to the others with this.
Yeah, I know. Oh yeah, I know.
All right, let's get out of here, and we need to go inform the Open Lord.
Let me guess, Coco. He went through it. Did he come back through it? Yeah, who fucking cares?
All right, so you guys make it back up to the
He's alive,
surface,
That's all that matters.
and I think at that point this is where we're gonna stop because we're actually almost 10 after midnight, which is later than we normally go, but that was
Yeah, that's okay.
a little too much revelation there to
Dude.
deal with. So
Lots of one-on-one time with one of the most powerful mages, probably on Faerun.
Coco
Yeah.
doesn't really understand that part of it, and when they come back, she's going to plant herself in front of Vajra again.
all right, guys. So we'll be back in 2 weeks. Again, I don't think there's holidays or anything getting in the way of stuff. So we'll see where things go from here. As oh boy, Undermountain's in
Yeah.
big trouble.
The thick
Hunter
plump-
Mountain is big trouble now.
And that's directly underneath of Waterdeep. So
Well, the worst part is like in my brain, like, and I don't think Garvin has this level of knowledge of Illithid is, but in my OOC brain, is a Eulitharid is looking to become an Alhoon in order to become an Illithalich. And what better way to do that with the help of a lich that is currently
Yeah.
residing in Undermountain, and of
Because you need to know
course-
the process.
of course the two of them would be working together in this case because they have mutual gain, and like the OOC me is kind of like, oh well, fuck me, but at the same time
All
the
of us.
Garvin's like, like he's put some of the things together. Like I caught enough of the plot hook to not want to go to the damn dock ward because I'm like, no,
Yeah.
Eh,
As soon as I
and-
saw those long tentacles, I'm like,
And I was already thinking to myself, I was like, like if we can swing Xanathar back to our side, that's a win. Like I'd already figured out Xanathar is actually in our court in this one. So
He
I was
would've
right
been.
on that side too. Yeah, like he absolutely would have been. So like Garvin's kind of picking up on the sides and what the Illithid are doing and what they've been planning, and he's kind of got somewhat of an understanding, which is good. And I think this has helped because Vajra and now the Open Lord are aware, and it's no longer what's going on, it's how do we stop what's going on, you know? So yeah, this is good. I'm excited for this. This is fun.
So yeah. So we'll be back in 2 weeks. Whew. We'll see where everything goes. There's a lot to deal with, but it's kind of crazy. But either way, everybody, make sure if this works. There we go. Wow, it's
There it goes.
everything's
There
running
it
real slow.
goes.
Follow all these lovely people that names pop up. I know Sahiri is my actual wife, so she doesn't have all these accounts and everything like that. So, but everybody else here is either streaming or on Twitter, and just give them a follow. They're great people, and we will catch you guys next time. I'll be back on Tuesday, which I don't remember what the goal is. All I know is next Saturday, I think we're on the next boss in Valheim, so that should be a lot of fun. So, but either way, I'm back on Saturday
We're
or
gonna
Tuesday.
die. We're
Possibly.
gonna die.
Awesome. We'll be back on Tuesday with something. I'll post it up in Discord when we get there. But guys, have a fantastic night, and we'll catch you guys later.
Bye, everybody.
Bye,
Take off, eh?
everybody.